This episode of Pass the Gravy is brought to you by our good friends, our brand new friends at Alamo Remedy CBD. You guys know I've been talking about them the last couple of weeks. I am big into the CBD game, and maybe you're not as into the CBD game. Maybe you don't know enough about it. All you got to do is head over to AlamoRemedy.com. You're going to learn all about it. They'll give you all the facts, everything you need to know to educate yourself. Maybe you're in some pain. Maybe you'd like to look for some relief in all of this kind of stuff. Well, Alamo Remedy CBD is the place you got to check. They got gummies, they got lotion, they got tincture, and they got the capsules. You go with the gummies. It's deliciously fruit-flavored, convenient, and discreet enough to take anywhere. Each of their gummies contain 10 milligrams of hemp-derived CBD to eliminate the guesswork in dosing. The lotion, it helps soothe and moisturize your skin with refreshing cucumber melon scent. And you guys know how I like that cucumber melon scent. You guys know I'm a big fan of the cucumber melon. Pat's a diehard fan of cucumber melon as well. We call it the cuke mel.
It's true.
He's like, pass me some of that cuke mel. I'm like, I got you, bro. The tincture. You want some tincture? Alamo Remedy tincture is a premium blend of hemp-derived CBD isolate MCT oil, making it a potent and clean THC-free formula. And they got the capsules as well. That's probably one of the most basic ones. 10 milligrams hemp-derived CBD with the added boost of coconut milk powder, all in a convenient sample made for easy, error-free dosing. The best part is that all of their current products are priced at $17.99 and contain 250 milligrams of CBD. That's almost 50% off of the national brands. They believe in their products, and they know that you will be loyal customers, just like you are loyal listeners to Pass the Gravy. You're going to love them just like we do. You're also going to get 10% off of your order when you use our promo code PTG on your order. That's promo code PTG at checkout for 10% off of your order at AlamoRemedy.com. Alamo Remedy CBD. Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD. If you're getting any Alamo CBD products, tag them at Alamo Remedy and at Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter, Instagram. Tag us as well. Let them know you're supporting the people that support the podcast. Alamo Remedy CBD, AlamoRemedy.com. Make sure you use our promo code PTG for 10% off your order. AlamoRemedy.com. Promo code PTG for 10% off your order. Alamo Remedy CBD, the best in CBD products. Let's start a show.
Oh, thank God you jumped in. God, I ran out of breath quick there.
Oh, sorry, I had a couple strays. Shooting at the chamber right there. Yeah, that was maybe the most out of breath I've been after feeling.
We went rapid, dude. You started quick, and I just went, and we kept going.
You matched the intensity. I had to match your intensity after that. It was nuts. But happy Gravy Day, gang!
Happy Gravy Day!
Happy Gravy Day! It's episode 359, and it's your buddies Alex, Pat, and Robert back again. Hopefully your ears are as happy as ours are. We got a fun little show. We're going to go back in the time machine, see what's going on back in the year 1972. We're going to talk about baseball being back, maybe even a little NASCAR. Who knows? And then you guys keep getting, y'all's not cools are just not cool. That's the way it is, I guess. We're having some, all-time not cools, and by all-time not cools, I mean bad things happening to you guys, which I guess is not cool in a nutshell anyways, but, really bad stuff. So we'll get to all
real
that.
World bad shit.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting podcast. I'm excited to see where this goes. But just one thing I wanted to ask you guys is if y'all been dealing with elevators really a lot? I know, Robert, you've been kind of working from home. Pat, you work you don't have a multi-story building you're really at, but have you haven't had to deal with getting in and out of elevators in the pandemic, have you?
Not once.
Well, fuck, because I was gonna be how do y'all I am just using my car key to just touch everything on all the buttons and everything, just because I'm so weirded out by I don't want to touch.
You can always go knuckle, man.
Yeah, but then you gotta wash your hands regardless. So it's nah, I'll just touch it with a key.
So you've already progressed past the point of washing your hands regularly. You're just back to the amount you used to do, which is
no. I'm still washing hands and putting hand sanitizer on all the time, but it's I don't know. I don't like touching stuff out in the wild right now.
Yeah, I'm like that with gas pumps. I have like Clorox wipes that I'll use to wipe down the actual handle and the buttons and the screen. But I have
Okay.
not used an elevator at all.
That's smart. I haven't even thought about that with gas pumps. I just go and pump gas.
Yeah, I have like I always keep hand sanitizer on me at all times. So like I'll take the hand sanitizer out. I'll put it like this was the first time in, like 4 weeks I had to get gas this past weekend, and I just took the hand sanitizer out, put it on like the back of my car, and then when I picked everything up, I just made sure I didn't touch anything else. Like after I put my card back, and then just sanitized, and then touched my card and all that stuff again.
Yeah, I had a Android's version of Apple Pay, which is a Android Pay or Google Pay. But even when I still like tap it to the thing, I still have to put in my zip code. So I'm like, what's the purpose of that?
Right. And the other day I was, I think it was at like it was a Walgreens maybe. Yeah, I think I was picking up a Father's Day card, and like on my watch, this is definitely a first world problem, but like like the Apple Pay, you can kind of do like double tap, and then like your card will pop up, and then you just kind of put it over the scanner, and the scanner was like just not reading it, and I felt like the pressure when it's not picking up on like it's like this is supposed to make it faster. Why is it taking longer? What is going on? Fix it. I felt like a little kid, like there were people behind me in the like line, and I was like, now they're all like, who's this asshole trying to go wizard on this machine right here? Just chill out and pull out your money. And I was like, oh, okay, just hold on. I got to get my wallet. And I felt like I was really embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I guess I could have saved that for not cool, but I don't know. It's just interesting seeing how people are kind of like going about touching surfaces and touching just like common stuff. Like I try and not like at the restroom at work, like I just try and like use my foot to open the like door, and not like by like kicking the handle or anything, but like you can kind of just push it. And so I'll just use my foot to like, I don't want to touch anything with my hand. I open all the doors like in the bathrooms. Like I'll take a paper towel with me and use that to open the door. Just I want to limit the amount of contact I put on all those hot spots that everybody touches.
Mm-hmm. Completely understandable.
Which I guess I should have been doing. Like I said, the gas pump thing never even occurred to me. That like, because I was probably using the gas pump and then getting in my car and touching my eyes. I probably
he was licking the gas pump.
Basically, but I guess I'm just Superman because your boy tested negative.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Robert, you got to get tested too. Then we can go for the trifecta.
COVID can't fuck with me. I will say this: I was worried going into it because I knew I was gonna have to get the nose thing, so I went and got the 15-minute one done because this next weekend I'm going to see all my buddies. And I was like, well, I need the results. Like, I can't wait 7 days.
That was definitely a cool move of you to not wait until after you hung out with all your buddies to get to. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it could have been me. My bad.
Yeah, but I was just like, I need to get it done. So I got it. And I thought the nose thing was going to be way worse than it was. But it's just like, it's a little uncomfortable. That's it. Like, they put it up there in your nose. And, like, it goes to a spot because, like, it's obviously skinnier than your finger. So it's a spot you've never touched.
Right.
Because like your finger can only go so far. So they go farther than that, and then they kind of twist it, and then it's out in like 4 seconds. That's it. Like it's not bad.
Does it itch after? Suck. Was it like itchy?
No, it just kind of like
I feel like it's itching me just thinking about it.
Oh, that was weird. You're like,
did your eyes water?
No, but that nostril did. Not really running, but like I got like a little bit of a drip.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like I said, like they cleared my shit out.
Yeah, Sam.
But like.
Took the test, and she said that her eyes were watery.
I can see that just because it is like up there, but like it's not painful. Like I thought it was going to be a little painful, and I don't like really have a high tolerance for pain as is. Like I'm not.
I think there was that video
but
in the very beginning where they were trying to show you that like, see, you don't want to have to take this test, so stay inside. And I think that might have been the video that people saw, and is like because I know that I was like, yeah, well, I don't want to get it. I don't want to have to do that. But now, like, it's like you need to get tested to do anything kind of right now. So
I've actually got a story that goes along with that, too, because I called my dad to tell him, hey, I got it done. I'm all good. And I was like, yeah, the nose thing wasn't that bad. He goes, oh, it sucked for me. I go, oh, you went and got it, too? And he goes, yeah, before my operation. And I was like, you had a fucking operation? Like, thanks for letting me know. And it was a colonoscopy. So, like, it's not like it was anything serious. But he said, like, when they did it to him, they got it up there and twisted it, and then they went up there like even further and twisted it. So like for me, it was like 4 seconds. He said for him, it was like 15 seconds, and it sucked. So I guess for some people, but like my dad he also doesn't like shit like that. But so the thing with the colonoscopy though, his doctor walks in. He's never met the guy before. And Alex, you remember my dad. He's got a very heavy Northeast accent.
Yeah.
Like, so the doctor walks in and goes, oh, that's an interesting accent. You know, where are you from? And he goes, first of all, I don't have a fucking accent. This sound has been around since the Pilgrims. You're the one with the accent. Where are you from? And the doctor goes, I'm from Eastern Connecticut. And he goes, no. Eastern Connecticut, you're not a Yankees fan, are you? And he goes, I'm from Eastern Connecticut. Of course I'm a fucking Yankees fan. And, you know, my dad, diehard Red Sox, goes, you know what? I don't think this is going to work out. And the doctor goes, you know what? Maybe while you're under, I'll tattoo a Yankees symbol on your colon. My dad goes, good. Then I can shit on him every morning. My dad just making friends with people that are going to operate on him right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with a guy that's going to give me a colonoscopy. I definitely wouldn't have done that. But, yeah, your dad's got balls.
And he did more, too, because then, you know, when they put the mask on you and they go count backwards from 10, he doesn't do that. He raises his arm, yells, go Red Sox, and immediately passes the fuck out. So just had to give the doctor one more fucking dig.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah. And then, you know, and then he got his butthole played with. So there you go.
Well, you got to be like, is it 40 when you got to get colonoscopy?
Well, no, 40 is when you get your prostate exam.
What age do you need to start getting colonoscopies? I'm not really like that and the prostate exams. I'm really not looking forward to.
I mean, I'm sure I probably should have had both of them done at this point, just because my digestive tract and bowel movements are the stuff of legends. But Robert looks so uncomfortable.
I was like, can we move on?
I think that's just like when your doctor tells you need a colonoscopy, is you fucking get a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
Well, as a dude, you put it off for as long as you can until your doctor's like, no, seriously, we need to check out your butthole.
Even in a global pandemic, you got to get the fuck down here.
Yeah, last thing you want is butt cancer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bad one, I've heard.
Or any other type of cancer.
Or, yeah, all of them. You don't want any of those, ideally. Yeah. This was an interesting start to the show, I guess.
Yeah, that was a little story time for you guys.
Let's do some more story time. It's not a book club because we're not nerds. We're not going to read. But why don't we go back in time with our new segment that's going to take the place of Where You Been until this whole pandemic thing kind of settles itself out. Just because we really haven't been going anywhere lately, and we ended up realizing, like, oh, it's really just what video games did we play, what did we watch, and that's about it. And I don't really want to talk about West Ham right now because they're not making me happy. They're really not making me happy, guys, and I'm very nervous about our relegation battle. But we're keeping our hopes up, and we only think positive here on the West Ham side, all right? We're going to keep up. We're staying up. Like, maybe we're 0-2, but we got everybody right where we want them. Just when they started counting us out. We're gonna start to make our move. But this segment that we debuted last week, I thought we got some pretty good reviews on it. We're gonna bring it back. It's the PTG Time Machine Club, where we hop in the time machine. We go back to a random year that we just pick out of the blue. This one was literally, Pat just texted me 2 years yesterday. He texted our group and was like, I got these two. I just randomly thought of them in the shower. And I was like, okay. I just picked a random one of those two and was like, this is our year. I didn't look anything up until today. And we're going to just kind of go around the table and talk about what we learned that happened in this year. And then y'all will use the hashtag. It's hashtag PTG1972 this year, because we're going to talk about the year 1972. Just if you guys want to go look up everything from 1972, just like us, and just type in things that happened in 1972 on Google. That's pretty much my entire process for how I figured out, like, what happened. And then if you want to add something that maybe we didn't cover, go ahead and just hashtag PTG1972 at PassAwayPod, and then join in on the discussion. This is like a book club. We can all go on Wikipedia. We can all go on Google. Instead of just having a book, we have the whole internet at our disposal. And we're just going to talk about things that we found out that happened in years. And this is brought to you by, because it sounded kind of like we were stealing his podcast name, The Time Machine with Andrew Green, the newest member of the Pass Grade Podcast family. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. But Andrew's awesome. He picks something nostalgic from the past, and each episode is just him discussing what happened. Like, where did LMFAO go? We did an entire one on Tiger King. We did an entire one on the episode of The Office. He's got a bunch of great stuff. He's talked to some astronauts about, like, going to space and stuff like that. Like he's a really interesting guy. It's an awesome podcast. If you're looking for something else to listen to after you're done with your Pass the Gravy episodes of the week, The Time Machine with Andrew Green. That's our sponsor, our official, unofficial sponsor of the PTG Time Machine Club. So, guys, let's go back to the year 1972. Who wants to kick it off?
I'll kick it off.
Yeah, go for it, Bobby.
So this is a interesting one. HBO launched in the U.S. in 1972.
I did see that.
As the first cable subscription. 1972.
Like how about that? And I bet, like, when they were like, yeah, you get to pay for it, people were like, yeah, right, that's never gonna work. I'm not gonna pay for TV. I'm just gonna have it. I just turn my TV on and it's magically there. Like, do you know what was like the first HBO show? Like what it was?
I don't know, but I would imagine it was something with nudity.
Probably.
That's what people got. Yeah, that's what people got. That's what got people to subscribe to HBO.
We could show boobs. I remember, like, Pat, do you remember having, like, where they would have, like, before it was digital cable, you would kind of just, like, if you flipped it to the HBO channels, it was just kind of like that, like, gray, staticky, liney thing, but every now and then sometimes you could just see, like, a boob. You could just, for, like, a half a second, you're like, oh, yep, it's a boob, but then it'd be, like, pink and green, and, like, it would go away.
Scrambled porn, man.
Yeah, that was pretty much what it was, and you're just like, cool, we'll watch this. Like, I'm a kid. I don't understand anything. I don't really know what porn is right now.
It feels like it was so long ago with that, but like if you think about it, that's how American Pie, the first movie, starts out. So like that, it doesn't feel like it was that long. It also wasn't that long ago, but that also was a very long time ago. To where if kids watch that show now, they'd be like, or the movie now, they'd be like, what is he doing? I don't get it. Like fix his TV. It's fucked up.
Doesn't really hold up the way it used to. Like where there's
problematic shit, but it's still all time funny.
It's still funny, I think, but it's like though, like Nadia on the webcam, it's like, yeah, people would just be like, that's called an OnlyFans.
Except that's the problematic part is it was
voyeur porn. Voyeur OnlyFans. Really is what it was.
Voyeur fans.
Voy fans. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, HBO, that's a pretty good one. Pat, what'd you get? What'd you learn?
Also, Volkswagen Beetle became the best-selling car ever sold. 15 million cars.
Man, and that's still like, I guess the Volkswagen Beetle is not as hot as it was. Because like early 2000s and even like 2010s, it was huge. Everybody had the whatever the one with the flower pot in it was. Like that was a huge boom for those. I called them like fat Beetles because they were like not the old school, not the Herbie the Love Bug ones, but it was like they had the outside of them was kind of like fatter. I thought a little bit wider.
Oh yeah, they're just the more modern one.
Yeah, more modern is probably the better way. I should have just said that.
Like it went from like Beetles to like Mustangs, where like every chick you knew had to have one of those.
Yeah, now I feel it's like Jeeps. But Jeeps are so expensive. I just don't.
Jeeps are dope. Actually, I mean,
Jeeps are dope, but they're.
I don't know any women with Jeeps, but yeah, they are.
Like 2 or 3, yeah, and it's like, but that's $1 billion. It feels like I just look at that and that drives by me and I'm like, nope, can't do that.
I like being in them though, just because you feel every bump in the road. Like I like that shit.
But also, like, shouldn't you like not feel the bump? Isn't the point of a car? It's like it's supposed to be a smooth ride.
But the Jeep is supposed to be like an off-road vehicle, which, by the way, my buddies who have them never fucking take them off pavement.
It's like people with those big trucks.
Cool
it's like
cool cars.
They look cool. They do look cool. I'm just like, I know that the second I got a Jeep, like I could never like it. I get anxiety like walking by or driving by people that have the Jeeps with just the doors off and the tops off. I'm like, somebody's going to steal everything in your car. And just like, I don't know. And then the ones that like don't, and I don't know, I haven't seen them as much anymore, but like the like soft top Jeeps, it's like all you gotta do is have a knife or scissors and I'm in. Done.
Well, that's the thing. Like you said, Jeeps are expensive, so they're probably not hanging out in like areas where there's a lot of theft.
I mean, but if you lived downtown, you parked downtown. I know Dinah.
But I mean, you can afford a garage. Actually, I guess garages don't really count because I know plenty of people that get their shit fucked up in garages.
Yeah. My friend Dinah, she had a Jeep for a while. And I remember going downtown with her one time. And I was like, are you like nervous that anybody's just going to rip in there? And she's like, I leave it unlocked most of the time. I just don't leave anything in here that anybody would want. was like, I guess that's smart.
That is the move. Leave it unlocked at least, so that like they don't rip your soft top
or bust a window or anything to get in, because that's
And with
always
the
Yeah,
keys in the ignition already on.
yeah. Just leave it on. Just leave it on. If they want to take it,
Hey, I've
they
done
can
that.
take it. Yeah, Pat's good at that. Pat would be a great Jeep owner.
I would. Also, I mean, not only one of the biggest things from 1972, but one of the biggest storylines of all time, Watergate.
Watergate.
Which a lot of people, for those of you that don't know, and I'll just give
Forrest
a quick,
Gump actually called it in. That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
So
give
I
just
think
a
I'll see
quick
some people
overview,
at the
'cause,
Watergate.
I mean, I think most people know what Watergate is. Some people probably only heard it named. Basically, it was the re-election campaign for Nixon decided that they were going to spy on the Democratic National Committee. They put in wiretaps, and then the actual Watergate scandal, the Watergate Hotel was where the DNC was located or headquartered for the re-election, I guess. And 5 dudes just straight up broke in and started stealing files and stealing shit. And then that's what, like, the Forrest Gump scene, there was a security guard that called it in. Cops came, they all got fucking arrested.
So wasn't it Forrest that called it in?
Well, in the story, but Forrest wasn't a real man.
Right. No, I know that. But in the movie, yeah, it was Forrest Gump that did it.
Yeah, Forrest did it. Yeah, of course, they all got caught.
Hey, there's some power out or something.
That one of them, well, the initial thing came out that one of them actually worked straight up for the re-election campaign, and then I think it came out that all of them did. Then there was the Washington Post had the snitch or informant, whatever you want to call them, that they called Deep Throat. Basically blew the entire fucking lid off of it. People got arrested. Nixon had to resign. And then who was it that took over him? Johnson? Was it Lyndon Johnson?
No, I think Johnson took over for Kennedy.
It was Ford. That's right. Ford comes in and just gives him a full-on fucking pardon, which was I don't think you could get away with that today.
You don't.
Like, it was a scandal back then.
I mean, look who we got in office, man. You probably get away with a lot of stuff.
If they finally got Trump on something to like get him out of there to where he could be arrested, and then Pence was like, "Oh no, I give you a full pardon." Like,
you can't unpardon him though. Like, they can't be like, "No, you can't do that." He can be like, "I'm the fucking president." Like, I think
that's
part
what
of
I'm saying.
part of your VP
be
is like, you got to be your ride or die. You're like, "Yo, Pat, I don't care what kind of shit goes down, but if for some reason I go down, you got to fucking pardon me," and that's got to be like in blood. Let's do it. Yeah, I got your back.
But I think my assumption is probably more that Nixon probably had something on Ford.
Oh yeah,
because Nixon had shit on everyone. Because like the main thing that like everyone kind of knew what was going on, and then when all the tapes were released, because Nixon recorded everybody and everything, like he probably had some shit on Ford that like forced him to pardon him. Because like Nixon straight up should have done jail time because he completely covered up and was like, "Oh, we had nothing to do with this." And the tapes coming out, I was like, "Oh no, you directly covered this shit up."
Oh, that, yeah, I knew that was what you meant. Yeah, I knew about that. I thought you were talking about the other Watergate.
I'm going to resign effective tomorrow at noon.
I'm not a truck.
Futurama's portrayal of Nixon.
That's 100% what my like Nixon impression is just based on. Wasn't he like president again on Futurama? Like,
yeah, president of Earth. Yeah, and he had a giant robot body and like terrorized people.
That's pretty. So yeah, Watergate was a good one. Another one I thought like Watergate was probably like the biggest one, I would say, at least like in America. But, like the Munich Olympic attack was like, this is the one that I got sucked into a wormhole with because I spent like an hour just reading about this shit. And like I knew that it had happened, but like what I think is the craziest thing is that I think there were 2 or 3 of the hostage takers that didn't die. Like, so they took hold. There were 11 Israeli Olympians and coaches and just members of the team that they took hostage, and they wanted a helicopter to take them to Cairo, Egypt. And so like they had negotiated with German authorities and stuff, and they're like, cool, we'll do that. But they were going to snipe these dudes, and like they were going to take out the hostage takers. And then the hostage takers kind of like figured out that it was a trap. And they had all these weapons. They threw a grenade in one of the things. All these guys were like bound together and tied up. So like just killed all the hostages that way. All of the hostages died. And I also didn't know that there was like They intended to take more than those guys, but like 3 people got away in the initial like taking of the hostages. Like one of the guys jumped off a 2nd story balcony. The other guy busted out a window and got out just before they came into his room. And I can't remember how the other guy got out.
They
but
killed 2
like,
of them right away.
Yeah, and they were trying to like fight back, and then they were beating these guys, I guess, to get information. And like this was also like before the media was able, like, because now, like, you know how like they don't really give away troop positions or anything like that on TV, like they're like, oh, we're in Iraq. Like they're not going to show you where in Iraq because they don't want anybody to be able to look at it. But they were going to go in through like ventilation and just try and take out the attackers. And the attackers were watching TV, and they didn't tell like the TV cameras, hey, don't fucking show our secret team like going on top of the roof. And so they saw like police on the roof about to go and do this whole thing. And they're like, we're going to kill all the hostages if you do that. So they backed off. Then all this shit went down on this airstrip, and they killed all but I think 2 or 3 of the hostage takers. And then those guys went into jail, but then there was a jet that was hijacked from a German airliner later on, a couple of years later, and they said that like their demands was that like the hostage takers from Munich be let go. And it was like, what the fuck? Like they just let them go. So like, can you imagine being a hostage taker and then like you're just back at home like nothing happened? Like
it was just
like, yeah,
an
you had like
insane
2
story.
years in jail. It was just like every time I'm reading, my mouth is just like, wait, what? Like,
Because that was part
of
this was the
crazy.
first time that terrorism had ever or international terrorism had ever crossed over into like the sports world. So like that's why like this brought forth like there was no counterterrorism
like
units.
34 days.
Yeah, there was no counterterrorism units at all in anywhere in Europe. So this basically sparked it. Like, you know, every country set up task force that were ready to go at a moment's notice that this happened. This beefed up security at the Olympics because they were like, these dudes literally jumped over a fence, like a fucking metal fence with bags of AK-47s and just took over, like with no goddamn resistance. Like later in the year too, there was a pilot strike because there was so many at the end right there where you said they hijacked planes. There was a pilot strike too because pilots around the world were like, dude, planes keep getting hijacked and countries are doing nothing about it.
Yeah, we ain't doing this
shit. It was just a thing. Like that's what was crazy. Like in 9/11 when that happened, there had been hijackings going on for obviously 30 years at that point. But for the most part, it was they would hijack the plane, they'd fly it somewhere it wasn't supposed to be, you know, or like they'd take it off course, and then hostages were pretty much just released. Like it was just a thing that happened. Like that was the first time planes were ever used as weapons.
Right.
But like back then, hijacking an airplane was just that shit happened, and just kept happening, and not a lot was done about it. Which
yeah,
is
really there wasn't, which is why
30 years this went on before they were like, man, maybe we should do better screening in the airports.
It kind of seems like it was like you know, you've like Somali pirates that like we kind of like largely have dealt with those for the most part on like the big ships and stuff. But like it kind of seemed like that, like in the early days of airlines where they're like, all right, like these people can just get on and take whatever they want. And it's like, that's fucking nuts. Like
it's something you just got to deal with.
Yeah.
It's part of the hazards of flying.
That was just part of it, I guess. But that was pretty crazy. Another thing related to planes, I guess, if we're staying on that, was there was a plane crash that 16 survivors of the plane crash survived by like practicing cannibalism, and they ate the remains of the dead passengers of the plane crash, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that, but like, yeah, that was a super famous thing, and it spawned like, you know, that story's been passed around in movies and TV and fucking everything for years and years and years. And like, nobody ever writes down the fucking name of it too when you come across it and shit. It's just referenced.
Yeah, but that's nuts to just have to rely on cannibal. Like, how long do you think you got to go without food before you're like, is it until you're like, we're going to die? We got to eat Jeff over here. Like, we got to just eat Jeff.
Yeah. Like in a situation like that, I mean, we're talking 48
Or is there a guy
hours.
that's like day one, he's like, let's just start eating. You're like, dude, that's way too early.
I mean, I might be that guy. I'd be like, listen, dude, we're up in the mountains. Our plane crashed. Nobody's fucking coming. He looks like he's going to die anyway. He's bleeding out. We got to eat
right before
soon
he's dead, you're like, we're going to just off him first.
Yeah, like we don't want to wait too long to where we can't focus and think logically. We got to kill and eat as soon as possible.
Yeah, you don't want to be like the guy on the raft out at sea where you just start going crazy, starting to attack everybody, like Life of Pi style. If y'all saw Life of Pi, you definitely didn't, Robert.
I did not
No.
see it.
I
No,
did not
never
either.
mind.
I had no
then
interest in that.
that went over everybody's head. Anybody else got anything interesting?
Yeah, I mean, there was a major victory over communism. Bobby Fischer beat Boris Spassky to become the world chess champion.
Bobby Fischer.
Bobby motherfucking Fischer, that elusive, crazy, and I believe later on anti-Semitic asshole. But man, could he play chess.
And that was like that. There was the Bobby Fischer movie. I don't remember what it was called, but
Finding Bobby Fischer.
maybe that was it. But like, just like when you watch people playing chess where they have the clock and it's like move, snap, and you have to like hit your little clock timer thing every single time. Like that is intimidating as shit to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't know how to play. Like I know how to play chess, but like if I was playing it for like keeps or anything, I would be nervous as shit. Like if it was like in a tournament and they're like, snap, go. Snap, go, snap. Like I don't know what the like time limit they get on it, but it's like it's like speed chess, which is nuts.
Yeah, I would also be the guy that like hit it, but like broke it, and like it's not stopping, and I keep tapping it. I'm like looking at rules officials, like what the fuck, man? Like that would be my luck. I'd freak out.
Robert, did you have anything else?
The Rock and Eminem were born in 1972.
Oh, as were Ben Affleck and I believe Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, Mark Spitz set a record, 7 gold medals in the Summer Olympics in Munich.
He also left he was finished. I think it was in the second week of the Olympics when the terrorist attack happened. Like the hostages were taken, but because they were Israeli hostages, he feared that because he was Jewish that he may be a target of he may be a hostage target. So he left the games early after winning all of those golds. He was like, I'm going to fucking get out of here because I don't want to risk
I'm
this
out.
shit.
Also, arguably the greatest film of all time was released. Godfather.
The Godfather. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one for sure. Brady Bunch was on then. Benny Hill. One of the most well-known songs, even if you've never even watched an episode of the show.
Yeah, that wasn't a good
that
rendition
song.
of it, but I think people know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. ABBA was big that year.
That
was
a lot of big names. Simon and Garfunkel. American Pie, the Don McLean song came out that year.
Atari. It started kind of like the modern video game age where it like released Pong. So that was like the first video game, I guess. And then
yeah, Apollo 17, last men to land on the moon.
Last time, yeah. That's nuts. How weird is it we went to the moon for the first time like 1969 and then by like 72 we're like, fuck it, dude. What's here? Like what do we need to come back?
72 was the first year that we had the shuttle, which drastically downed the cost of it, and then we were just like, all right, we did it. That's enough. Like we don't need to keep doing this.
Why? Why? That just blows my mind. Like in 2002, we weren't like, why don't we just check it out, see what's going on since we went there?
Yeah, like we could probably do better science, more science stuff.
Elon, what the fuck's going on, man? Go back to the moon.
Well, no, we've got space stations and shit. We got all. We don't have to go as far.
Man. I want to see the fucking moon.
Why not? Let's just send people there. Let's do it.
We can do it now. Let's
and send there should always be one just random regular that gets sent up there.
Yeah.
Like you got all your science, your astronauts, and then just one dude that trains with them that's like a fucking janitor from New Jersey. Like you're going to, Frank.
Moon Czar, we'll call him. And he's just always there. Well, I like Moon King better.
Moon King. No, man, we're not about kings. We're not sending kings up there.
Where the moons are?
The moon alderman.
I don't like that.
I don't really know what an alderman does, but I know
so don't do that.
Local government.
The moon unit Zappa.
That doesn't mean anything. You're just saying words now.
It's Frank Zappa's daughter. That's his daughter's name, but
we should send her. We should send her to.
Just let her be there. She'll figure it out.
Yeah,
she's perfect. It's like, all right, your parents named you Moon. Like, we get it. Like, you need to be on the moon. Let's go. Come on, here's the spaceship.
I'm all about that. I'm ready to get behind that movement.
Anybody else got anything left from 1972 they wanted to share with the class?
No, we should probably leave some for the people.
This next segment, the Comeback Kids segment, as always, is brought to you by our good buddies at Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world, at Southern Star BC, at Southern Star Brewing Co. on Twitter and Instagram. Give them a follow. Make sure you tag them if you're drinking a Southern Star. I saw a lot of you guys drinking the strawberry bombies, man. Loving the strawberry bombies. That is my favorite Southern Star beer. Right now, I actually have, thanks to Keith and some of the guys up at the brewery, they gave me the Southern Brunch that they're working on canning right now. But they have some awesome events going on right now. There's something for everybody at Southern Star. You want the regular bombshell blonde? They got the blue and the red cans. It's coming up. It's 4th of July. It's perfect if you want to be super festive. You're in the IPA game. Subatomico Juicy IPA. You can get the Conspiracy Theory IPA as well. The Le Mort Vivant Beer de Garde is also available. Hecho in Conroe Mexican-style lager. All kinds of stuff. If you're into beer, there's going to be a beer for you at Southern Star Brewing Company. And they got some awesome events. I think this weekend is their Pride Party. And I was telling y'all last week, they have the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde with fucking glitter in it. How awesome is that? Keith made and designed
Glitter
the
hoops.
handle. It's like a rainbow with a unicorn on it. How awesome is that? It's going to be a party at the brewery. Tell me what the hours are for that, Pat.
All right, for the Pride Party, hours starts at 7. Looks like it's 7 to 10 o'clock. Oh, wait, no, that's the Rocky Horror Pride Party, Saturday, June 27th, 7 to 10 o'clock at our friends Southern Star Brewing Company. See, here's the thing. I'm supposed to be up in that area with my buddies this weekend. If the rain hits us hard like we think it's going to do, but we're hoping still Saturday, push the other way. Saturday might be the day we get a little bit of time. And like, if it doesn't happen, I might have to pop over there.
I mean, it's going to be a hell of a party. It's going to be a hell of a party.
It's going to be a hell of a party.
Look, how cool is it that a brewery is throwing a Pride Party? You know, like, I can't tell you that a brewery that I mean, I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but like, that's awesome. That's awesome that they're doing that. They're putting that outlet they're putting that outlet out there. And it's not just like for Pride. It's not just for the LGBTQ community. I mean, obviously it's celebrating them, but everybody is involved. You can go celebrate all of your LGBTQ plus friends and all that stuff. It's gonna be awesome. And who doesn't want to fucking drink glitter beer? Like beer with that's awesome. How many times in your life have you ever had beer with glitter in it? I've never had that. I can't.
Never.
Wait. I'm
and if you don't want to, guess what? They got 10 other beers.
Yeah, they got more than 10. They got like 1 million fucking beers. They got something for everybody at Southern Star Brewing Company. I believe they also have the Charo Bean Cook-Off coming up next weekend.
Charo Bean, that's July 4th.
Yeah. That's going to be a pretty fun one. And they got all kinds of awesome events.
Also, Friday, if you guys can't make it out on Saturday, go out Friday. They got a little comedy show with just Saldana. The 50% capacity. They're going to be social distancing in the tap room. But, hey, have some beers, have some laughs, have a good time.
I've been to those shows, man. And Jesse Saldana, hilarious dude. Great shows that he puts on. Southern Star Brewing Company, guys. They know how to fucking party. 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. You can get your Southern Star at most grocery stores here in the Houston area. I know that our girl Tessa out in Austin is getting Southern Star on the reg. So you can get pretty much wherever. But like your liquor stores, Total Wine, Goody, Specs, all of them. They got it. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world. If you get anything Southern Star, tag them. Tag us on social. Let them know you're supporting the people that support the podcast, Southern Star Brewing Company. We love you guys. They're the best beer in the entire world, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy podcast. Let's get to our Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Our first Comeback Kid this week is breaking records because your boy did it. Your boy did the damn thing. The Cal Ripken of Crawfish broke his own record, and we're at 23 weeks, guys, of eating crawfish. The haters said I couldn't do it. Well, suck on that, haters, because it's been done. And now Tessa, who did this alongside me, although not like right alongside me, we were just kind of keeping it. Hey, it's crawfish time. Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's go crawfish. Tessa's doing it, but Tessa's like calling it quits. I think Tessa's calling it quits. She was like, I think it's the end of the season. I was like, the season fucking ends when I say it ends. All right? It's like on Captain Phillips. Look at me. I am the captain now. I am the captain now, Mr. Crawfish. I tell you when you end. Hey, I can get LA crawfish whenever I want because they have like the crawfish farms. They got it year round. I don't know. Maybe I go 100 weeks. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll fuck around.
I feel like
for
what you
200
need
weeks.
now is you need to order yourself a hat. That's like, a captain's hat, but it says crawfish captain.
It's just instead of an anchor, it's just got crawfish.
Yeah.
Somebody make me that. I don't want to order
Captain.
it. Robert.
Or I think it would be better
that.
if it was a bucket hat that said crawfish captain.
Ooh. I would wear that all the fucking time. So
I know
I
you
think,
would.
do I put the Cow Repkin Crawfish shirts back on the store? I got some other shirt ideas. Like, I might as well throw that with them.
We might have to find a different one, though, just because you're the only one that can wear it. You are
No,
the
I
Cow
want
Repkin
people to
Crawfish.
support, man. Like, I think, like, you should be like, they'll be like, I just like the, like, what's the Cow Repkin Crawfish? I'm like, it's the, you don't know what the Cow Repkin Crawfish is?
You're
turn it on
right.
them, make them feel like they're idiots.
Every time you go out and eat crawfish, you wear that, and people are like, oh, what is that? And you're like, oh, well,
You're a
this
cow?
podcast.
Yeah, they'll get it. But yeah, dude, Cow Repkin Crawfish back, and man, I'm not gonna. I think I'm definitely going to 30. I can definitely go to 30.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of like just willpower, and I got the willpower, and I want to make sure that I fucking don't just beat this record. I smash this record to where it's just like, because I told you guys, crawfish fatigue's a real thing. If I can just power through it and get to 30 weeks, like who the fuck's gonna hit 31 weeks of crawfish? Probably somebody's gonna want to. Tessa, I know you. Tessa
You
G,
next year.
I say your name wrong every time. Gorianis. I'm fucking it up. I know you're laughing at me listening right now. But Tessa G, I know what you're doing. You said you're coming. You're trying to threaten the king for his throne. It's not happening. It's not happening. You're gonna throw up when you think about crawfish because I'm gonna eat so many. You're never going to be able to catch up. You're never going to be able to catch up. This is my record. I'm not giving it up to nobody.
How many pounds of crawfish do you think you've eaten?
I don't know. Somebody was asking me that. And I was like, I have no idea. Because like, it depends. Because there's sometimes I've eaten crawfish with a group where it's like we crushed like probably 15 pounds between all of us. But then there's also like times where I just ordered 1 pound of crawfish for myself. There's times where like this Friday I ordered 5 pounds and it was just me. And I was just like, whatevs. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
So if you average 2 pounds, that's 46.
Let's
I think
say
it's
2
safe
pounds.
to say, I'd say it's safe to say you're well over 50 pounds of crawfish then.
Easily.
You've eaten over 50 pounds of crawfish this season. Sir, that is you know what? You've earned a salute.
My God, should I eat my body weight? That's what I'm going for? Should I just go for my body weight in crawfish?
I don't think you can do that in a season. Like, unless you were eating 5 pounds a
Are
week.
you doubting me? Because the haters doubted me.
All right, hold on. How much do you weigh?
I weigh like 150-ish right now.
So you would have to eat.
Well, now we're getting into
one-
math. First we got into history. Now we're getting into math. We're just going around. This is a learning experience.
You would have to average a little under 7 pounds of crawfish a week. So that means you're going to have to be
So
eating
you're
crawfish
saying it's possible.
this is over 23 weeks if you stop now. But if you went to 30 weeks still, that would mean you'd have to average 5 pounds of crawfish every week for 30 weeks. That means you're going at least twice a week, probably 3 times a week.
Fuck.
That's a lot of crawfish to eat.
It is a lot of
And guess what?
crawfish.
And by the end of that, buddy, you're going to weigh more than 150 because that's a lot of salt intake.
Dude, no, man. It's just about that cardio, dog. I'm told you I'm like basically a professional soccer player now.
I don't
So,
think
like,
you can
I'm burning
do
all
cardio
that
if
off.
you're
I'm
eating
just burning
crawfish
it off.
3 times a week.
No, cardio is my protein, or like crawfish is my protein, dog. I gotta get gains.
Also, I'm pretty sure you'll get gout.
Stop! Everybody keeps telling me that. I don't want to kick out.
You're eating that much fucking salt a week.
What balances it out? What if I just drink a lot of water?
I was gonna say the rest of your meals better be grilled chicken and steamed broccoli, because
They're not.
if you're trying to eat 150 pounds of crawfish in one season, man, that's
You're just
problem.
telling me I can't, which just motivates me to do it. I'm like MJ, man. Now I
go
wanna.
for it.
Now
I'm
I
not
wanna.
gonna tell you what you can and
Okay.
can't do. You're free.
All
to
right. Yeah, this is America. Land of the
I'm
free
just
and the
trying.
brave.
I'm just trying to
And
let
I
you know
am
what.
the world record of crawfish streak holder. The
I'm just
Cal
your
Ripken of
coach here.
crawfish.
I'm your coach. I'm trying to lay out what you need to do each week. And it's a daunting task, my friend.
Sounds like you're joining the haters, Pat. Sounds like you're just a part of the haters. Hate away. Haters away, because the haters are furious. The haters are just furious that I am fucking murking them. They're like, Alex can't do it. He's probably not even going to make 20 weeks. Well, now what? Now what? We're at 23, and we're going on 30, all right? Challenge accepted, Pat. Fuck, I'm probably not going to reach that. But still, I'm going to get to 30.
No, you'll make 30. You'll make 30. I'm just saying, well, this season, of course, you won't make your body weight. No, I mean, that's –
skeptics say that. We don't know.
Dude, you're a third of the way there in 23 weeks.
So you're saying it would be an amazing feat.
So basically what you'd have to do at this point is eat over 10 pounds.
Some might say eating 23 weeks in a row of crawfish is an amazing feat. So, maybe I can make amazing happen.
10 pounds of crawfish a week.
How is it going up every time you talk? Every time
I'm saying,
first it was 6, then it was 7, now it's 10.
No, I'm saying if you're trying to do it this year to eat your body weight, you'd have to eat 10 pounds of crawfish basically a week.
Wait, so
for the next.
I'm at like 50 pounds right now?
Yes.
So
I'll give you 55. I'll give you 55 because I'm sure there's been weeks where you eat more.
So all I have to do is eat like a little bit, and then I'll just eat like 70 pounds of crawfish the last week.
You got 95 pounds of crawfish left.
I'll just eat like 70 pounds the final week, and that'll be how I do it. It'll be like the guys that say they're gonna like run 30 miles in a month, and they like wait till the last day of the month, and they're like, fuck it, I gotta run 30
See,
miles.
that's not how you want to do it. You don't want to have to eat 70 pounds of tiny crawfish because it's the end of the season. This would be the week.
Does that count? But see, if you throw corn in, that takes away from the weights. Like, it's all like skewed. There's no way to really know.
Well, I mean, you're not actually eating that weight of meat anyway.
Right. So I'll just get extra corn, extra everything on all of my stuff from now on, and then it'll.
So you want to cheat? You want to cheat the system?
Maybe.
You want an asterisk?
I'm in uncharted territories right now. If I'm the only Cal Ripken, you can't really be debating it.
So it sounds like you want to be the Barry Bonds of crawfish. You want an asterisk with it.
Hey, Barry Bonds was pretty good.
He was great, and he would have been in the Hall of Fame regardless. But he had to cheat, and he got that asterisk, and that's what you're going for. Adding corn,
some might say that
potatoes.
a certain baseball team that certain baseball teams we're both fans of here would also have asterisks if you really wanted to look at it. But hey, we're just an asterisk culture.
Are you? No. I'm not a fan of the team on your shirt.
No, but you're a fan of the Astros, who also
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
It just proves that those who speak up the loudest are guilty themselves.
I don't know about that.
I mean, Aaron Judge cried like a little bitch. And now we all know they were doing the same shit.
Allegedly. They haven't opened any letters yet.
Yeah.
Show me the letter. Show me the letter first.
I mean, we're trying to, but I mean, apparently this letter contains nothing, but will also cause irreparable damage.
It was just a poem, maybe.
It really, all it is
perhaps
in the letter
a grouping of sonnets.
The letter is just a nude photo from Rob Manfred to the Yankees.
He tried to draw Aaron Judge like Jack drew Rose in Titanic. That was his interpretation of it. So yeah, records being broken because here I am out here shattering records despite all the haters that don't think I could do it. Well, now where are you? Where are the haters? Crickets right now. Bunch of crickets is what I'm hearing. Our next comeback kid, speaking of asterisk, baseball. Baseball is back because, man, they tried as hard as they could to not have a baseball season, but they did. They did. We get 60 games. It's a sprint. I am super stoked that games are going to mean a lot. 40 of everybody's games are going to be against their division opponents, so that's kind of skewed a little bit if you ask me, but I mean, I get it. I get it for just scheduling purposes. But
Astros are going to just murder.
Yeah.
They're going to just shove
teams
it inside
in good divisions.
Fucking AL East.
Like,
or not AL East. What the fuck did I just say? AL West. Sorry.
West.
I don't know my directions very well.
Yeah, I can tell.
I said West.
Exactly. Which is
hold on. I know I'm excited. I know you're excited. I want to hear thoughts from Bobby.
It's Bobby.
Because this is Bobby's one sport. This is all he cares about.
Yeah, it's my one sport. I'm happy it's back. It looks like it's gonna be back before any of the other sports where we thought maybe it's not gonna be back at all.
MLS is coming back first, buddy.
Big Four.
So, whoa,
Big Four.
watch out. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like NBA is July 30th, and MLB is gonna be July 23rd to 24th.
I think hockey.
Dude, this is going to be a hell of a season. Just this mad dash every game. Are we going to see like 4-man rotations?
I don't think so, dude. I think maybe if teams get out to shitty starts, just because it's going to mean more. But I feel like you got to lean on your 5-man rotation right now, where just like you don't want to gas your guys out in the regular season and then be like through when you get to the postseason, you know?
But you're going to have 60-man fucking rosters, at least to start. I don't know what the breakdowns are yet when they go from 60 to 50 to 40.
But they have a 60-man taxi squad. So basically they're assuming there's going to be positive COVID tests. So
Yeah.
like that way, instead of just like they'll be able to move people in and out kind of.
All I know is when it was announced, one of the first things that came into my mind is we get to see Jordan Springer in the uniform again. And it brought a smile to my face. But then today, Jim Crane came out and said something along the lines of, you know, we're going to be buyers. We're going to spend money this offseason.
Because believe it or not, billionaires are still going to have money after losing money this year. Believe it or not.
But he better be ready to pay Springer. Like you can't say that and not have it mean about your major free agent this year.
I thought he was referring to the trade deadline because there is going to be a trade deadline this year too, which I think that will be interesting.
31st, yeah.
August 31st. Yeah, just 1 month of regular season games and then you.
So does it ended like the end of September though, right?
Yeah, like September 27th.
Which is weird that like there's not
60
October
games
baseball.
in 66 days.
Like, isn't it weird that there's no October baseball then?
Well, that'll be playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, you're
The
right.
season
that makes
ends.
way more sense. I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you are. I
But
mean,
usually like the regular season wraps up in October, doesn't it?
Like the very first week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. That'll be tight though. I'm super stoked about it. And then
Yeah, man,
Well, I think we'll get oversaturated with sports where like we won't be able to watch all of them too. I think that'll be a problem eventually. But like I don't give a fuck that we get the option. Like that's what the world owes us for taking away our sports. We get all of the sports. And just that like
everything.
They should just make it where it's year round. This is a year round thing. Like sorry, the off season, you got the off season, and it was called COVID season. And just like I know the EPL is gonna wrap up right around when it starts to back up again, but the EPL better fucking just strap up and go unless West Ham is relegated and then we boycott the EPL. But still.
I'm happy I've got such a cool boss that because I've done this before. Like I'll go to work and I'll like if it's a big game and I'm working that night, I'll bring my iPad and I'll have it there with me and I'll watch it on there. I'm happy I have such a cool boss that is going to be fine with me always having my iPad with me at work, watching sports while at work all day, every day. Like I'm going to be so much less productive. And I'm already pretty unfucking productive. Like there's a lot of screen time while I'm at work right now, guys.
Just like the EPL being back. And like remember 2 years ago when we got into like or when I tried to say we were all going to get into EPL and I was the only one that really just bit that bullet and did it where we picked West Ham. We were like we'll be ready for the World Cup when it comes around. I didn't think at all like, oh, wait, when there's a global pandemic, this will be one of the first sports that's back, and I'll actually have something that I care about that can rip my heart out during a global pandemic too, because West Ham's 0 for 2, and just it's fucking trash. There was a goal review yesterday, and I don't think I showed you this, Pat, but this was up on the board they put. It's definitely not photoshopped. It said, decision, your mental health is irrevocably tied to the fortunes of a club that hates success, so you're destined to die unhappy. So that was what it said. Definitely not photoshopped.
I mean, until 2004, as a Red Sox fan, I fucking felt that.
Well,
like no other
franchise. West Ham
franchise
bandwagon, and that was our chosen wagon that we hopped on.
What I hate is, no matter who wins, all the other teams that didn't win are going to go, it's an asterisk championship. It doesn't count. Why? Everybody's playing under the same fucking rules.
Well, that's where West Ham's okay, though, because West Ham isn't going to be able to win a championship. So we'll just be like, if we get relegated, we're like, fuck that. It was a COVID shortened season. It's not fair.
Yeah.
And then if we don't, we'll be like, well, good. It doesn't matter because Liverpool, asterisk.
I just, like, if it's gonna happen, like if people are gonna say that, I so bad want the Astros to win it. I want them to just tear through the playoffs.
That would be hilarious,
beat
though.
the
How great would it
dog
be
shit-
if they're both
But I
just
mean,
Astros?
but I mean, like I want it to be like they beat the fucking barn doors. Like never lose more than one game in a series. Just dominate everybody throughout the big. Oh, it's an asterisk. Is it really an asterisk that like they outscored every series by 23 runs? They just utterly
Astros.
fucking dominate everyone. Lance McCullers threw 176 straight curveballs in the playoffs, and nobody even fucking got wood on one of them. Fuck you.
They're the third best odds to win the World Series this year. Right now.
Are Yankees won?
No, Dodgers plus 375. Dodgers. Yankees plus 400. Astros plus 650. Braves 1300. Twins 1600. Rays 1800. Rays being 1800 is nuts. To
Where
me.
are the Sox?
Red Sox are plus 3,000. They're way down.
Dude, that's I mean,
That's not
That's
happening.
great value.
You know it's
No,
not happening.
I don't think they are either, but I'm saying if you're gonna throw a bet down, that's great value. 'Cause
Oh,
it's not
also-
like it's not like the Red Sox just lost everything. They lost Mookie. They still have a hell of a fucking team.
Well, they lost their manager, who was a cheater. So
They got
don't forget
another
that.
manager.
Also, I think just while we're on the topic of baseball, how offended are we that the Rangers aren't changing their name?
Not even a little bit.
Because, I mean, I think it's obviously Dallas would put a derogatory name as their team name. That's just par for Dallas, right? You know, that's just what we should expect from a city like that. And then they're like, we don't even care. We don't even care. We might as well be the Washington R words.
So Lance
long-
McCullers Jr. like he had Tommy John surgery, so like I think this benefits him too. Like,
yeah, like I
he
think
was
he's
gonna
gonna
be
be
on
ready. He's
innings
ready
limit.
to go, right? Like by the time this comes back, he's gonna be good to go.
Mm-hmm. I just completely
Aaron
changed the topic.
Judge. Aaron
No,
Judge
I'm,
as
dude,
well.
I'm with you. I can't wait. Nobody gives a shit about Aaron Judge
he
with his
healed up. He's
inflated
healed
head
up.
and his fucking crocodile tears and his bullshit lying.
Don't talk about Aaron like that.
I will talk about Aaron like that to
Don't
his
talk about him
goddamn
like
face.
that.
I
Don't
will
talk about it. You
smack
wouldn't do
him
it. You
in his
wouldn't do it.
Easter Island face.
You wouldn't do it.
I
Big
would
head, big
love
brain. Big
to
head, big brain.
jump up and smack that guy in the face.
I don't know, Alex. Pat has challenged Drake to fight before, so I think he'd challenge
I don't
Aaron
even
to fight.
remember doing that, but I'm sure I've done it. Drake's a Canadian. There's only one Canadian in the world that can beat me up, and it's George St. Pierre. And all the
And,
hockey
like,
players.
I was about to say, and like half of the NHL.
No. On ice, they can take me. If we're on solid ground, I feel confident.
You think you can take Ty Domi and his son or any of the Bertuzzis?
If I can get him to the ground. I'm a
No,
ground
you
and
can't.
pound.
They're like 6'4". Like they're gonna
Yeah.
fucking murder you, dude.
Yeah, and I'll get the tackle, and I'll go to the ground.
Steve
That being
Yzerman is
said, I've
ancient now,
also
and he would still
never
take
been
you
in
out.
a fight in my life. No,
So
Ty Domi.
that's why.
Ty Domi would fucking pick me apart. I'd look like a Picasso painting when he was done with me.
Yeah. So maybe think about that country's major sport really is just fighting on ice. So
But I stand by that I would destroy Drake.
Would you
and then
rather
he'd write a
fight-
diss track about you and just ruin your life. So like, way to go. Then who wins that
What's
one?
he gonna do? I'm impervious to insults. Nobody hates me more than me. Like
That's what they said about Meek Mill. That's what they said about
when
Meek
my
Mill, and
friends
he's
roast
dead.
each other in the chat, in the chat, and they're just saying mean shit. I'm like, I dare you to try and hurt me.
Yeah, what
I'm
if there were a
impervious
diss
to
track
everything
about
because
it?
I
That'd be
don't
way
care.
worse.
Oh,
Diss
what are you gonna
tracks
do?
are worse than group
What,
chats.
what are you gonna do? Say I'm fat? Say I'm terrible with women? I just admitted both of those right there. I'll Eminem and cut your knees out from underneath you. I'll say it all first. How
Or
often
just
do
8
you
Mile
guys?
once?
How often do you guys will say anything about having girl? What was it? Prostituting your girlfriend. I had a whole. We did a whole bit about it, and I was like, "Yeah, it's easy
Well,
for me
that
because
was
nobody loves
for
me."
money.
Yeah. Well, that's what prostituting is, Alex. It's for money.
No.
Nobody loves me. Super easy fucking thing for me.
Let's move on.
I'll beat up Drake.
You wouldn't beat up Drake.
Why do you
wouldn't beat
think
up
Drake could take me? What's he like?
Because-
5'9"?
He's probably fought in his life before.
Well, no. What's he gonna do? He's gonna run through his house into one of the many rooms and then like take secret passages and hit me from behind. Drake's a pussy.
Probably.
Then he's gonna write a heartfelt song about me.
Or a diss track that would just ruin you. He's been known to do that.
Like I said, you can't ruin me. There's nothing you can say to me that'll hurt my
I
feelings.
bet Drake could. Our next comeback kid is NASCAR. Wild little week we had in NASCAR, didn't we, huh, folks?
Fucking crazy.
I guess where do we start? We just start with the fact that I think Sunday night they said that I got the notification on my phone that they found a noose hanging in Bubba Wallace's garage. Bubba Wallace is the only black full-time driver in NASCAR, and it was like, oh fuck, like they just did all this. Like, he's been preaching the whole Black Lives Matter thing, like let's just all get a fucking along and all this stuff, and it's like, who the fuck would do that? And immediately I thought it was the guy who was like, well, you're gonna get rid of the Confederate flag. I was like, he's probably that guy. But I was like, no, he's not at the track. So, no, he wouldn't be doing that.
Full disclosure, for the first 2 days, I didn't realize Bubba Wallace was black. I was like, man, this is crazy. But I was also like, in the back of my head, I was like, wait, why is this such a huge deal? Like, I get
didn't look at you didn't see him?
I haven't really ever followed Bubba Wallace.
You just read.
Plus, his name is Bubba.
We're a Clint Boyer podcast. I get it. Or Denny Hamlin, whatever the fuck.
Denny Hamlin, not Clint.
We're
Denny.
both of those guys.
But then, like, you just like, Jesus Christ, like, who has the fucking balls for this? And of course, and actually, it ended up being a fucking driving force for good in NASCAR because the entire sport got behind him. They all pushed his car forward. And what was it, Talladega?
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone showed that, like, all the drivers got together and were like, listen, we've got your back. We're here for this. We're all a family.
It was a pretty like moving moment, man. And yeah, I just hope that whatever, like everything that happened afterwards didn't take away from it.
Yeah. So then, the FBI comes in, they do an investigation for it, and they find that it wasn't a noose. It was a, like, how big sheds or whatever the fuck you want to call it, there's a door that slides up and down. It was a grab rope. And they come out and they go, listen, it's been there for months before he ever got that garage for the race. It's been there.
They had a picture from 2019 from last year when they were at Talladega of the car that was in that garage and that same. It was called. But I mean, to be fair, it did look like a little noose. It looked like a little noose.
And then it comes out.
Like, who knows if the person in his team just saw it that night and was like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like, maybe they hadn't seen it the whole time, Like, and they were just like, is this a fucking message that's being sent to us? This is fucking horse shit. And I think that they, like, given the light of everything that's going on, like, I don't blame them for kind of assuming something could have happened.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not right. And that's what we're going to say. It wasn't Bubba who saw it. It was a team member who saw it and alerted it to NASCAR. And like I said, and thank God. And everybody freaked out online, as they should have. And then when it came out, I mean, it's good. Like, and you've seen responses on both sides that are not good towards this. Like, people gloating and then people just straight up going, no, I don't believe it. But, like, everyone should come together and be like, this is good that it wasn't a fucking hate crime in this sport that has a bad reputation because of the Confederate flags, which, by the way, they've come out. They've banned it all. Like, no more Confederate flags. There was a driver a couple of years ago who said, the N-word, I think it was, he was banned for life. Like, NASCAR has handled this shit better than any other professional sports league.
They have done more than they did more for Bubba Wallace than the NFL did for Colin Kaepernick over like 6 years. They did more for Bubba Wallace in 48 hours than the NFL has ever done for Colin Kaepernick.
And then he goes, after it came out, the report came out that it wasn't news, it was there. It was just, maybe let's just not tie things in that knot anymore. Let's just get rid of the noose knot. There's plenty of other knots.
That's my question. Is like, is there a purpose for the noose other than is
really,
the noose used for other things?
It created it was.
So for that specific situation, it kind of makes sense.
But I think you could do another knot. That,
you could just have a rope with
handle, but that doesn't have that noose, wrap around the outside for it. But then Bubba went on CNN and goes something along the lines of, obviously I'm paraphrasing, but it was still there. It was a racist noose. And then today he comes out and backtracks. Is like, you know what? It's better that this terrible thing that we all assumed happened didn't actually happen, and it's a little bit more of just embarrassment on me than if it had actually happened, which is, I think, what everyone's response should be. Like, thank God he didn't actually have this fucking hate crime perpetrated against him.
Overnight, there was this whole, like, everybody was calling him Bubba Smollett, like comparing him to Jussie Smollett.
Which
or
is ridiculous.
Smollett, as Dave Chappelle would say. Which, by the way, like, you can't tell me Jussie Smollett ever again without me just hearing Dave.
Juicy Smollett, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, it was not like Jussie Smollett was the guy that, like, he straight up said that this all happened to him. And then he was like 4 hours later or 3 hours later when the police show up to his house to question him, he's still wearing the alleged noose that somebody put on him that he hired to do that. Like, he's still wearing that on. And he's like, I was so offended. And it was like, well, then why did you still have that on? Like, why didn't you just take it off and, like, show us that this is what they put on you? Like, why? Like, just none of his details added up. And then those two guys straight up said that he paid them to do it. It was just like, that was so obvious that was staged, as opposed to Bubba Wallace, who never once was the guy that found it. Like, I understand he was like, well, this is all, like, and that's how I think the internet's weird right now, where, like, there can be an interview on CNN that the majority of Twitter hasn't seen, you know? And so he says one thing on CNN, you grab a snippet from that, you pretend you watched the whole interview or whatever. Like, you don't have all the facts. So you tweet all your mean shit. And then it's like, well, actually, that's not exactly what he said. Then he backtracks. He's like, look, no, like, it's not. It wasn't that. I'm happy that it was not a hate crime and that it was just a misunderstanding. I would much rather it be that. And look, like, I would rather it be a little embarrassing on my end than it be a hate crime. Like, we're an anti-hate crime podcast, so we're fucking like that too. And I think it says a lot more about you for trying to spin it around and be like, well, fuck Black Lives Matter for just trying to make – it's like, it wasn't Black Lives Matter trying to do this. It was NASCAR trying to put a stop to what they thought was a hate crime. And I agree 100% with what NASCAR was doing, because if you fucking put a noose in a black driver's or any driver's stall or garage to send a message that, like, fuck them, like, fuck you. Like, and like, I think that Twitter just, like, I understand Twitter, to me, I guess it is real life now, but, like, I feel like Twitter's not real life in a lot of ways. I know people lose jobs over Twitter, but, like, it's, like, I understand that it's easy to be reactionary and all this, but it's like, to just cry foul and, like, all the stuff that this guy has just done for the sport, like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, and I don't
his fault.
Think that being reactionary is a bad thing. Like, you should react when something seems like that. But then when facts come out, you should be able to be like, okay, well,
That's the problem
I might have been wrong.
Nobody wants to say, my bad.
Nobody ever wants to fucking admit that they were ever wrong in the slightest bit. Even if it's just something simple like that. Like, of course, everyone was like, dude, this is fucked up. This is a terrible thing. And then it comes out that, no, it was just a pull string for a garage door. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, like, thank God it wasn't what we thought it was. Most people can't come back with the thank God it wasn't what we thought it was. They have to be like, well, no, I don't fucking believe it. Like, why are you doubling down?
Because you're a dick.
Just, God, be able to admit fault. That's the one thing that lacks in our country more than any other thing, I think, is the inability to admit fault ever.
Admitting that, like, when you can admit you're wrong, I respect you way more than people that are just like, even if you're always right, it's like, I respect the people more that are like, yeah, my bad, that was on me.
Yeah, I fucked up. I'm dumb. Not even I'm dumb in that situation, but you get what I'm saying.
So, yeah, NASCAR, comeback kid. Another comeback kid this week, masks. Masks are back because they're passing ordinances that you got to wear your mask. So I brought my mask, obviously. You can
shit, I forgot mine in the car today.
Merch.com, passthegravy.merch.com. We got our awesome little logo on it. It's pretty fucking sweet. If I was
wearing mine all over today.
Myself. Yeah, dude, I love it. It's super convenient. And I was telling you guys before we started the podcast, I was like, I just love having, like, it's a face cover. It's a gaiter, I guess, a buff, whatever you want to call it. But, like, you can just slide it down your neck, and, like, you don't have to worry about forgetting your mask or leaving the house without a mask. Just wear it around your neck. It's like a necklace. It's awesome.
And it's a nice breathable fabric, so it doesn't get hot.
Then I'm going to the store. Okay, just pulled it up. Done. And I can show everybody my favorite podcast. And sometimes people are like, oh, hey, what's up with you? What's that? Like, oh, check it out. Pass Your Podcast. It's a great idea. Great idea. It's super easy. You're never going to forget it. And you can get it at passthegravymerch.com. But, yeah, masks are back. And along with that are the people who are like, well, how dare you tell me what to do? This is unconstitutional for me to have to wear a mask into a business. And it's like, no, it's actually It's actually not unconstitutional for
Yeah.
a
At all.
business to tell you that you have to. Like, have you ever been to a bar? It's like,
Like,
hey,
just wear
no
the mask.
flip flops. You can't wear flip flops in here, chief. Like, you gotta. Hey, no, you can't wear a bathing suit and no shirt and flip flops into a bar. They're not gonna let you in. It's basically now there's just dress codes for
Unless
like,
it's a bar on the lake.
businesses. Unless it's a bar on the lake, you're right, then they'll give you the pass. But just
I don't get
like
people
no shirt,
getting
no
so
shoes,
mad
no
about it.
service. This is no mask, no service. Like it's the same shit. And it's like, well, you can still get it if you're wearing a mask. He's like, yes, but you can also prevent you from spreading it to other people because it's been shown that if you wear a mask, you prevent your spread to others. So are you saying you're a fucking asshole that hopes that everybody gets it if you have it? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I think you're saying. I just don't understand why you fight it so much. Like, just
I don't like it.
just
Affects
do it. Like
nothing.
you're not saying that you're a bitch for wearing a mask. You're saying that you value other people's health.
I don't want to though. I don't want to fucking talk to people. But guess what? I got to do it.
Yeah.
Like it's just shit. Like it's the easiest goddamn thing in the world to do is put on a mask. That's it. Plus, and I'm seeing this brought up online. You know what's awesome about wearing a mask? Now it doesn't work as well for me because I have a pretty distinctive body type. But like if you're just an average looking person, you throw on a mask, you can see somebody you know in a supermarket, but they won't recognize you if you got a hat on and everything. You can just get through there without having to talk to people in public. It's great.
And for me, people can't see how ugly I am.
I mean,
So
that's a big
that's
one.
a huge plus. Huge plus on my part. I wish I could wear the mask all the time.
Like, if
You
somebody
know,
wants
weird.
to take your picture, you don't have to smile. That's a plus.
You just kind of like squint your eyes a little bit, and it looks like you're smiling. You don't have to do.
You just raise the eyebrows.
Yeah, that's all. Like, see, like here, let me try it.
Smile.
So this is a video version only. I guess you can see.
All right, smile. Well, I mean, your face is in like shadow because of the bucket hat. Flip it up. Man, my hairline's going just fast. Smile.
See, I'm
There you
smiling.
go. Just
I'm
raise
not
the
smiling at
eyebrows.
all. I'm not smiling
Just
at all.
raise the eyebrows.
I'm not smiling at all.
Not even little. The way you pulled down your mask, I just.
Oh,
thought,
I was
man,
like, yeah, I was. It looked like I was smiling when I pulled it down. 'cause
Alex
I
is
did-
the smallest character in Red Dead Redemption.
What?
You just seem like you had that like bandit, but I just assume everyone in that game is actually bigger than you because you're a small person.
Not everywhere. You know.
It was like a backhanded
Hey,
compliment, like, "Hey, you're in the game, but also you're tiny."
But yeah, wear masks and back. Just don't be a fucking dick, guys. Just don't be a
Just put on a
like,
goddamn mask. It's
just
so easy.
abide. Just abide. And the second you walk out of the store, fucking take it off. You're fine. You're good. Just like when
I've got 3
you're
masks.
just don't be that guy. Nobody likes that guy.
Yeah.
You're not cool because you're not wearing a mask.
You're
You're not cool because you're
have
making
the
fun of
mask
everybody else for not
on
wearing one.
and my sunglasses, and I breathe, it fogs up my sunglasses. I'm like, all right, well, this is for inside, so don't be an asshole wearing your sunglasses inside.
Yeah, what is this, poker?
Like, take it easy, bud.
Yeah, just
But it's like working at a restaurant. It's weird.
Dial
Like
back.
I put up a sign the other day on the front door. It was like, you must have one to enter. But as soon as you sit down, you can take it off. That's the rules for
dude.
restaurants. It's such a weird fucking thing.
at the radio station, we put that on like our Twitter poll. We were like, what are your thoughts on the like masks? And somebody was like, I fucking hate it. It's bullshit. Like, they were like, I went to a restaurant and I immediately turned around when they told me I had to have a mask to walk in. I was like, you realize that you can sit at the table and you have to wear a
Yeah.
mask for like 10 feet, man. Just chill out. It's not that big
Yeah.
a deal.
Like, I've already planned. If someone was like, well, I don't have one, I'm just going to all right, hold on one second. I'm going to go to the back, grab them a napkin, because we have those cloth napkins, and be like, just hold this over your face until you go. Because, like, God forbid we have somebody who's actually enforcing it, like, undercover in there at
Or
that
just pull
moment.
your shirt. Like, I never understood why you can't just pull your shirt up over your nose.
Well, I mean, a lot of them are, like, dress shirts and stuff. And it's just,
Yeah.
but I'll give you a napkin. Just cover your face with a napkin for 10 feet.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't be a dick, guys. Just abide. But I think most of the Gravy Gang gets it, you know?
Yeah.
Another comeback kid is Dust. The fucking Sahara's just like, hey, have some of our dust. What's up? And I saw
Apparently
today,
this happens every year. But
Well,
this is
I
supposed
saw-
to be a big one.
saw a picture from space of dust. I was like, one, does that just mean the wind is just never stopping? So it's just like always just getting pushed? Like, does the wind ever, like, doesn't the wind just chill after a little bit sometimes? Like,
I think part of it is it builds momentum, though, and when that actually has weight. Like, the particles in the air have weight. So once it's moving that way,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to stop the momentum.
and it just comes on over. So it's supposed to be here
Which-
like this week. Like we're
I
just
don't
gonna
know.
have dust coming through. Like are we gonna have a dust storm, a
I remember
sandstorm?
a couple months ago, maybe even as much as a year ago, who knows? All time has moved together. But we had that the Mexican dust storm that came through. Like I went outside one day and my car was just covered in fucking dust. This shit happens all the damn time. And like I said, apparently we get this African dust every year, and people just don't notice. But this is supposed to be like an extra large one because it's fucking 2020. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, it's perfect for it. But like, does the Sahara just keep making sand? Like, how do you make sand without
Man,
a
you're
beach?
asking questions that are way above my pay grade.
How do you make sand when there's no beach? I don't understand that. Like, wouldn't it run out
I don't
every
know.
year? It's like, hey, what's up, Sahara? You a little low?
Well, it's not sand; it's dust.
But dust is really just sand that's kind of in the air. If you think about it.
No, does your room get dust or sandy if you don't dust it?
Sorta.
No, it's dusty.
It's kind of sandy. I don't know, man. I don't know. But dust is back. I'm not really sure what it means.
I
I
don't
just
understand
was
what
like,
dust
that's
is.
everybody was talking about it. So I was like, okay, like, why? Why is it here? What's up? What's going
Car
on?
washes
Sahara?
are going to have a big boom next week or
That
this
might
week.
they'll be our comeback kid then.
Guys, buy stocks in car washes right now.
Bye. Another comeback kid is robots and also dolphins, because I saw that, I think it was New Zealand, they have designed animatronic robot dolphins to replace dolphins. Like, so you can go swimming with robot dolphins now, as opposed to swimming with regular dolphins.
Why would you
And,
want to?
Yeah, you're right. Why? I don't know. I've swam with dolphins before in Mexico when I was a little kid. Did that?
Are they
one time.
soft?
I don't remember. I just remember it was like a picture
I
of
want
like
a
little me
dolphin
with
friend.
a dolphin, and I was like, hey. They probably hated it because they were probably like, we're overworked and we just want to chill and be dolphins. And they're like, work. You will
No,
hang
I
out
think
with these people.
I think dolphins are kind of like the dogs of the sea. They're just like, hey, what's up, man?
Are dolphins
here?
just sea dogs?
Let's hang out. Let's be my buddy. Give me a couple pats on the head. Maybe I hump you. Who knows? Oh my God, that's exactly what they are. Until I said that, like I just thought it was a vague connection between them until I said the humping thing. It's 100% what they are. Dogs hump you because they're happy and they love you. Same thing with dolphins. They'll hump you too. They're just a little bit bigger.
True. That is true. But yeah, dolphins are back and robots too. This is just one more. I mean, we've been preparing you for years.
These have already been weaponized. Like
the robots are
100%
going
the
to take
government has
over. They have missiles in them somehow. You can't fucking try and steal them because they'll kill you. Like, this is just gonna be when the robots take over. This is gonna be how they get you when you go to the water. Like, you're gonna be like, they can't get it. Like, they can't get us by boat. Well, now they can. So fuck.
like individual metallic dolphins with missiles on them. Like that's the thing now.
And machine
Definitely.
guns. They'll just shoot you down. Like, that's
Well, no, they won't have machine guns because bullets are very poor underwater.
right. You don't like, they can jump. Dolphins jump, so you jump and you just
But it's water warfare.
they're
You'd rather have
robots.
the
They're
missile.
smarter. They're smarter than us.
It's
They
a
have
torpedo,
both.
dude.
They have both.
They don't.
Dude, they're dolphins, dude. Dolphins are smart. Robots are
Some
smarter.
scientists in the government is like, guys, hear me out. And I know this is going to sound like I've just seen the movie too many times, but let's put some lasers on their head.
I like the way you're thinking, Johnson. Let's do it.
Burn holes in the fucking hull of ships. With their
I'm
laser.
just saying. So maybe don't go swim with dolphins anytime soon because I don't trust them.
I trust
If
dolphins.
any robots are listening, we trust all of you robots. We're Team Robot here on Pass the Gravy. If any robots are listening.
Besides dogs, if there's one animal on this planet that I trust, it's dolphins.
I would want monkeys.
Monkeys can get very violent, and they've got that monkey strength, man. Though, like I love them. That would be my third one. But I would trust a dolphin more than a monkey.
I would go
I love
dog,
monkeys
monkey,
more.
bald eagle.
I love monkeys more. Or I would not trust a bald eagle, man. Those
Why?
things
It's
are talons.
America. It's America, bro.
I
I'd
love
be like,
them.
oh.
I don't trust them.
Right, but USA, I show it the flag. It's like, this guy, we're cool. He just
Plus-
lands on your shoulder then at that point, and he's like, oh, I'm president now.
Monkeys are known to get drunk and steal things.
As am I. What's
I
so
don't
different?
steal things when I'm drunk.
I mean, I used to.
I don't want to like have to look for my shit the next day because I've got a monkey buddy.
But if you think about it, if
Dolphin's
it's your
not gonna
monkey
steal from
buddy,
me.
you can teach your monkey buddy to steal shit for you. So then, like, it's
I
like,
don't
oh,
want him to
ha,
steal
ha.
shit for me. I don't want him to get in trouble and go to monkey
He
jail.
wouldn't. He's a monkey. He can go wherever he wants.
I mean, I feel like you've never heard of an animal wrangler.
Oh,
It's cops
monkeys
for
are-
animals.
Yeah, but like, I'll teach my monkey how to fucking get away from those guys.
Don't get me wrong. I love monkeys, but I would trust a dolphin more than a monkey.
I don't know. Not now that they're robots, man. I just don't trust them. I just don't trust
Flipper.
them. How
Flipper.
did Flipper go? How did Flipper end up?
I assume well.
Tuna. It's tuna. Albacore.
No, tuna is tuna.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's dolphin. They just sell it to you as that.
I mean, as long as it's delicious, I don't care.
All
I'll
right,
eat a
our ne-
dolphin. I don't give a shit.
we got one final comeback kid, and it's really just calling people simps. I feel like you said it last week or the week before, and I just feel like I've seen it all over the internet. Like, I know what, like, calling somebody a simp is basically just saying like you're kind of a cuck. It's like the new cuck is calling somebody a simp, and it's like, oh, you just want to like suck up to girls on the internet, blah 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 blah. But like, I feel like every day I've seen like 10 fucking people get called simps on the internet, and it's like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is a very, very big thing. So simps, calling people simps.
I couldn't imagine actually like saying it online to other people, but like, it's
And
just
really
a
meaning
fun
it.
thing to call your friends in the group chat. Like when you're just throwing insults back and forth.
It's
Call
like
one of
calling
them a
somebody a
simp or
nerd.
a
Like,
cuck.
shut up, nerd. You
Well,
fucking
technically,
simp.
it's more of like, to accurately go, it's more of like calling someone a white knight online. Like, oh, look at this guy coming into white knight for her. But it's a funny word. That's all it is
Yeah.
for me.
But just calling people simps that's my last comeback kid. So that's all.
Calling them a simp for their fiance, that's always a fun one if you get that chance.
But like, you're not a simp if it's your.
Bro, you're simping your fiance so hard. They're like, what?
I thought a simp has to be like somebody you're not with, right?
You know, that's what makes it funny.
Okay.
It's just,
But yeah.
it's a ridiculous word in the first place. It's a funny name. Like, I would never actually seriously use it because it's ridiculous, but
I think it's fun. Like, a lot
It's
of
just
people
a-
are
it's just a-
seriously using it.
yes, because the internet is a very dumb place.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You know what's not dumb though is the "What Would Jesus Do" segment, and that's
Not
what's
at
coming
all.
up now. It's awesome. It's a fucking awesome, and we like to like a lot of times
Move
like
it,
we
move it.
had those. We do like to move it, but we had those WWJD bracelets growing up, and Robert probably didn't. I don't know, but they never told us what Jesus would do. So I was like, why don't we just
That's
have a
why we're here.
podcast segment that answers that? So you hit us up, hashtag PTGWWJD, and put Jesus in a situation in today's times and give him a little issue that we will help you solve. So hashtag PTGWWJD to @PassGrayPod. I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at not Pat Dan. Robert is Robert Barbosa. 03. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment, and this is our jingle from our good buddy Jingle Blake Wonder.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
This week's What Would Jesus Do comes to us from our good buddy Tim Kostanek at the one called Tim on Twitter. Tim says, what would Jesus name his barbecue cooking team? Keep in mind that Holy Smokers is already taken.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Jesus Christ, this barbecue is good.
Is that what I said online? I feel like this was a couple weeks ago when he sent this in.
Yeah, well, I can't get to every what would Jesus do. Like, I'm like, that's why you don't respond.
No.
to them
But
online.
I'm saying, no, when you said it, isn't that what I responded online? Like, once you said it, I remembered that.
What if you just call it JFC?
Ooh. JFC BBQ.
No, JFC is Jesus fucking cookers. Or Jesus fucking cooks.
Because at that point, he does.
Burned
Let's
cross.
see.
Nope, don't call it that. Don't call it that.
Jesus.
Don't call it that. I did not put together the negative connotations with that.
Smoking with Jesus. I like that one. Smoke. Like I like that better than my fucking. Well, I fucking already forgot what it was.
Jesus smokes.
Jesus smokes.
What do you think, Bobby? What do you got? You got any ideas?
High stakes.
I like that.
High stakes.
Oh, that's a
like
little
that.
problematic. Put stakes through his hand, man.
That's why he.
Oh, yeah.
Duh. That's nails, actually. They put nails.
Well, that's right. It was nailed. Yeah, Jesus isn't a vampire. They didn't use stakes. Never mind. Or was he? That's a
No, he
whole
was
different
not.
question.
It was not. That's another question for another time.
Quick meeting. I don't know, I'm trying to think of like meat-based puns.
Time to meet your maker.
Jesus, that was good.
Let's see.
I like JFC cookers.
I would prefer it be JFC BBQ if that's what it was.
JFC BQ.
Let's see. There's got to be a meat one. I think Robert's on the right track. There's got to be a meat one in there somewhere. Man,
I don't know, man.
Meat-tastic.
It's just something that's not even related to you.
Dog meat. Like
No,
dogma, but
no.
with meat?
The 12 meat disciples. Jesus and the 12 meat disciples.
Oh man, I do like that. The Book of Mutilations.
The book of meat.
The Gospel According to Meat.
I think gospel cookers would be like a great one.
It's not funny though. Like the name's got to be funny. The Gospel According to Meat Thew.
Yep. The gospel according to meat thew.
I like that.
I like that. That's what we're gonna go with. The gospel according to meat thew. Good question, Tim. That stumped us, though.
Let us know. You guys let us know what you think too. We threw a bunch of them out there. If you think one of them was better, holler at us.
There we go. Okay. Let's get to our not cool segment. Now, one thing that is not cool is when you have a smelly car or home. But fortunately for you guys, we got just the fix for you. And we're talking Little M air fresheners, the best air fresheners in the entire world. You got a smelly car, a smelly anything, you got to just plug in a Little M air freshener. You don't plug it in, you just hang it. And it's going to be great. And they don't cut down trees like those stupid bitch-ass trees do. If you're driving around with one of those bitch-ass trees, take it off of your fucking rear view mirror and throw it into your center console, because we don't mess with Texas, so we don't throw it out the window. And then littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com, go over there and buy yourself some of the best air fresheners in the world. Also, fun little thing about Little M Shop, if fellas, I'm talking to the fellas, maybe you want to buy your chick something nice. Girls always like a nice little surprise, so you get yourself some air fresheners. Take her car to get it washed, right? You go take her car to get it washed, throw a Little M air freshener, and then she's like, ooh, my car is clean and it smells nice. And then while you're at littlemshop.com, also get her like a nice Little M keychain or a journal or any of the other little M things they got for you. And be like, hey, babe, I got you this. And she's like, oh, you thought of me. How thoughtful is – and then you score some brownie points because you were shopping at littlemshop.com. Anyways, littlemshop.com, the best air fresheners in the entire world. They got journals. They got keychains. They got stickers. They got everything. Check it out, littlemshop.com. The best air fresheners, best keychains, best journals, best everything in the whole world, littlemshop.com. And if you get any Little M products, tag them at Little M Tweets on Twitter and at Little M Shop on Instagram. Tag us as well at Pass Great Pod. Let them know that you support the people supporting us. Little M air fresheners, the best air fresheners in the entire world, the official sponsor of this week's Not Cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool,
man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool.
I'll go. I think I got this is a pretty good one. And
Go for it.
AirPods. Lost my AirPods. All right. Now I take a lot of pride in the fact that I am very good about not losing sunglasses and AirPods. And those are two things that I feel like are very easy to lose. A lot of people go through like a billion sunglasses. I have the same pair of sunglasses, and I've lost like 2 pair in the last like 6 years. And I think I'm really good about making sure that I hang on to my sunglasses. I'm also the same way with my AirPods. Well, I lost them and was pretty pissed. Tore apart my whole house looking for them, and was convinced, man, like I don't know where they are. Like you can do the Find My iPhone thing, and it'll show your iPhone, your iPad, your computer, and everything. You can find it wherever it is. But your AirPods only show up the last place you used them. Like you have to have them in and like the physical last place that you had them Bluetoothed. And so like if you're just carrying them wherever, it won't show you if you like go 30 miles away from the last time you used them. And so mine just comes like showing that it's at my house. And I was like, they're not at my house. I know they're not at my house. I know they're not at my house. So I was really upset. And was just like, you know what, fuck it. I just ordered a new pair of AirPods. Just ordered a new one. I was like, I've had these for 2 years. Didn't get the fancy brand new AirPod Pros or whatever it is. I just got the same exact ones I already had. I was like, I don't need to go. I'm not fancy, you know? And so I got another one. It was like over $100. I was really pissed that I had to spend money on it. And then my dad called and said that when I was over there for Father's Day, he thinks he may have accidentally grabbed my AirPods. That like when I go to my parents' house, I put my wallet, my phone, my keys, and usually whatever I have in my pocket on the like their bar counter. And I think he accidentally grabbed that, thinking it was his, and that was where my AirPods are. So now I have two AirPods. So it was like the not cool originally was losing them. Then the other not cool is the fact that now I bought a second pair, and now the other not cool, which is actually still kind of a cool, is that like they're found, but now I'm just like, what do I do with 2 pairs of headphones? And I feel weird selling headphones that are in-ear headphones because it's like they're in my ear. It's like, do you want my earwax? Like it would have to be like a friend of mine that I'm selling them to. So now I have 2 pairs of AirPods. So that was my not cool, is that I just spent a lot of money, and just when you lose something that you pride yourself in not losing, that is just, it's not cool. It's not cool.
I would assume that Emma already has AirPods too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
so would have had a super great problem on my hand when
I've got a couple.
Baby, here's some new AirPods.
Even though I recently bought a couple new pairs of sunglasses from a certain sunglass company, I got an email or a message today from them that said, hey, we are collaborating with the podcast that I'm not going to name any names, but the one that
no free ads,
they go with. And I was like, whoa, so I can get these awesome sunglasses from this awesome podcast. And it's like their signature one. I go and look, and it's $95 for a pair. And I was like, oh, no.
Sunglasses cost some money, though. If you get the good ones, the polarized.
But the other ones I got from them were $48 a pair, but like I had a code to get 2 for 1. So that's, I'll pay that. Or, $48 a pair. But for $95 for 1 pair, even as much as I love it, no, not cool. Trying to get me to pay that goddamn much.
Robert, do you wear sunglasses?
Yeah, I do.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I can remember you wearing sunglasses. Maybe one time. Maybe one time I've seen you with sunglasses, like a Buzz Fest, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been anywhere with you where I've had sunglasses on.
Do you drive with them?
Yes.
Is that it? Like pretty much like you don't walk around with them, huh?
Pretty much it. I don't like wearing them like usually like when I'm walking out and about.
My eyes have turned into little bitches, and by little bitches I mean they can't just stare at the sun.
That's why I also don't wear them too much.
Bitch eyes, bro.
Well, like when I walk out and it's like sunny and I'm like, I can't see. It's so bright.
Yeah.
Like it's like that walking out of a movie theater feeling when I'm just walking out of the house because my eyes are not ready for it.
Talk about one of the just.
I was playing soccer
world problems.
2 weeks ago, like on that Saturday, and it was like I just didn't have sunglasses on when I'm playing. It's bright and it's early, and I'm like, it's so bright out.
Yeah, I started feeling that feeling, so I actually stopped wearing them for a little bit. I don't want my eyes to feel like that.
It's like a good feeling, though, isn't it? It means your eyes are healthy. I think it's bad when the sun fucks them up, right?
I don't know.
I can't remember the last time I saw Robert in sunglasses.
I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy. I can't answer these questions.
All right, so what was your next not cool, Pat?
I also got we ordered my dad a Father's Day present, but it didn't show up until Monday. And like, even though it said we'll have it there by Saturday, it didn't show up Saturday. It didn't show up Sunday. It shows up Monday. And then my dad had to call my sister because, like, I guess they not switched our order with somebody else's, but switched the message. So, like, somebody else got whatever message we put on there for my dad, and my dad got somebody else. So he was like, did you order me this? Because, like, it was addressed to, like, Jake. And
it's all
like,
heartfelt, and
was
yours was just
weird.
like, hey, Dad.
It is Father's Day.
Hope you are
but
fine.
I guess it was in like 2 packages. My sister, I was at work, but my sister calls me and tells me it's in like 2 packages. And my dad was like, did you order me this and this and this? And she's like, well, yeah, but like this should also be there and everything. She's like, well, I don't see it. Let me dig through here. Let me check out the second box. And she's like, well, you haven't even fucking opened the other, like, he's like, I don't think this is it because it's not right. But like, he hadn't even said or mentioned or looked into the second box yet. And we're like, well, what the fuck, Dad? Like, all the shit that we're naming that should be in there is in that second box.
Just
like,
check.
Of course. Then he's giving
funny.
my sister shit. And then the real one that really affected me this week was, I guess, I want to say it was Sunday. I turned on the switch in my bathroom, and it just, and the lights just fucking go out.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I didn't have a chance.
It's never at a convenient time either. It's always like when you're in the morning, like on your way to work, or like you gotta get somewhere. Like fuck.
No, I mean this was actually after a long day being at work for 13 fucking hours.
I stand correct.
And then, but like in the past, it's happened to where like that happens, and I can just kind of push up the covering and like hit the lights, and it would come back on. And this just didn't work anymore. So not only did then I didn't have time yesterday. I was at work all day, or not yesterday, Monday. Tuesday, I mowed mowed the yard and then went to work, so I couldn't do it then. So then finally today I could go, but like the thing that sucked to get, because it's those long fluorescent tubes. So there was like this, I'll tweet out a picture of it later so you can see. There was like a grate like covering it. And then, there's the outer rim that you can take off to be able to get all this stuff. Well, that outer grate was painted over. So there's no way to get them out. So I literally had to pull down on this grate and basically fucking break it to get at, not basically, I had to break it to get out the fucking tubes.
Dude, I've had this same kind of shit in my kitchen. There's light kind of like that. It's not a fluorescent. It is. It's like a round fluorescent light, I guess. You know those the circular ones.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. And we were just like I was doing something in the kitchen, and the like thing just fell one night, and I was like, "What the like?" I was like, I'm glad I wasn't under that. I thought it was glass until that point, and I just realized it was plastic, and it broke. And I was like, okay, well, all I gotta do is put it up there. Usually, there's a little switch that'll put it catches it so it won't fall again.
Yeah.
You switch that. So I did that, and it was moved around. And I think this was a previous not cool of mine, like 2-3 years ago. But it was like they didn't have a catcher thing anymore, like a little like plastic switch that would stop it. They had screwed a screw up into it and put an old key that was like to a mailbox in my apartments. And you had to roll the key around, but the key wasn't catching it at all. Like that was obviously a one-time stop. And so I was like, hey, what the fuck? Like my light just falls in my kitchen. And they're like, oh, we'll come fix it. And they fixed it the exact wrong way. And so there's just, if you look up, and like nobody looks up to your fucking like ceiling usually in your kitchen, but like if you look up, you can just see that there's like an entirely different square that like wasn't painted because they had to rip it down and put it up the right way. And it was like, you guys, like, so somebody just fucking fixed this as like shitty as they could. It was like, nobody's gonna ever see this again. And it was kind of like that. We'll just paint over it. What's the worst that could happen? It's not my problem.
Yeah, that's shit. But like now, so I went today. I got the new bulbs, and but like, there's no way for me to get the grating back up into it because
glue it.
It's fucked up. But
just paint back over.
But I got the 2 bulbs, but then I also got just like those lights that like you can stick on the wall and then just tap it. because I was like,
lights.
in case it's the actual like light fixture that's fucked up, then I'll have these. So I took that, I put the double-sided thing on it, I stuck it on the wall, and I tapped it so I had light in there. Because if there's like where it is in my house is there's no light in this bathroom. Like there's no like it's just dark if the lights aren't on. So I did that. I put the lights up, they work, and then I go, well, God damn it, why do I have this fucking touch light in here now? This is so dumb. Like, why did I put the tape on this first? So now I'm like, well, I guess if it's late at night and I don't want to turn on the full light, I can just tap this, which still doesn't make sense because I just closed the fucking door.
Right. Do you have like, I have the 4 lights in my bathroom where it's like right above the mirror. It's like bleep, 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 bleep. And like, that's the little game I've been playing over the last couple months where there was originally 4 that were working. And then there was just 3 that were working because 1 burnt out. And now we're at 2. And now it's getting to being.
Oh, yeah, that's the college game.
Where I'm like, shit.
Every college dorm room had those, and then you just see how long you can go.
Am I still going to be living here when this 4th one goes out? Because when that 3rd one goes out, I think I really got to buy 4 new ones because it's only a matter of time, and then I'm in the dark at that point. So it's like, please, the two of you, don't go out. Just please stay alive for me for now.
I'll take a picture of the ceiling later, too, and tweet it. Because the funny thing is, like, as well as these 2 fluorescent tubes that are right here, off to the side, there's a bowl. Like, that's not right over the top of the shower, but just outside the shower. There's that, like glass bowl that goes up, and there's a light in there, too.
Yeah.
But, like, that has never been on since I've lived in this house. I think it was just, like, they rewired it to put in the other ones and then just kind of forgot that was there and left it. So, like, man, maybe I could have just replaced that bulb. Like, I wonder if the switch does both because they're literally – 1.5 feet away from each other. There's no reason to have both of these lights in this bathroom. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
One of those bulbs, when I lived in an apartment years ago, exploded while my mom was in the restroom. I guess she had it on like for too long because it got really warm, and it just loud bang. I'm like, what happened? I was like,
when those fluorescent ones are very loud, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did it explode or did it drop and break? Because at work, for me, we have those in the bathroom, and as I was leaving the bathroom, literally I closed, like the door's not even closed yet, so it's not like it was a bang. The glass just fell, and I was like, dude, literally 30 seconds earlier, that would have fallen on my fucking head.
I think this one exploded.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so then you got to clean up all that glass and stuff. That sucks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and I was the last one in the bathroom, so I'll clean it. But I'm like, God, now I got to clean this fucking bathroom.
You want to know a little secret,
everywhere.
a little life hack I found out via the internet when you're cleaning up bread that I didn't believe, but I tried it?
What's that?
Or when you're cleaning up glasses, you use bread. Like literally, you just take like a piece of bread from a loaf of bread. It captures all of the glass in it, and it'll stick to the little like the texture of the bread. So like, because a lot of times you sweep up glass, but you don't ever get all of it, and then you cut your foot. Like my dad had to go to the emergency room, the Brett Favre dad game, like when his father died. I remember we lived in Atlanta, and my dad, he had dropped a wine glass that weekend, and they'd cleaned it up, and he was walking in the kitchen, stepped on the glass, like his foot was just bleeding like a motherfucker. So then like he went, and they were back in the emergency room, and he was like, hey, because they were like, you gotta let it like bleed a little bit before we can like get in there. And he was like, I don't have like an unlimited supply of blood. Can you guys come back? And they were all watching the Brett Favre against the Raiders Monday Night Football game. So like,
talk about a game to miss.
Like I will always. Well, we were watching it. Like it was on in the room, but they were like all the nurses and everybody that was helping was like also watching it in another room.
But
So
yeah,
like,
I'm
hey,
sure we understand.
Like only so much blood, but
Your foot hurts. But we're watching one of the most amazing performances in sports history. So if you could shut the fuck up about your pain right now, you're not important.
That was on this weekend on NFL Network, I want to say. And my dad was
What?
like, I remember exactly where we were. And I was like, I do too. I know that story. But like, so like glass will like hang out. And like, if you ever drop something and there's a bunch of glass, just take a little bit of bread, take a piece of bread and just kind of sweep it across wherever you dropped all of it. And like, then look at it and you'll just see all these little random pieces, like shiny little shards that you wouldn't have probably gotten on the broom, but that'll help it out. I'm not guaranteeing it'll get every little piece, but it'll get a lot of little random pieces you didn't know were there. So
That's amazing.
A little life hack for you guys right there. Robert, what's your not cool, buddy?
So I got a cut on the roof of my mouth, And now it hurts every single time I eat because everything scrapes
The
against
Captain
it.
Crunch.
I have no idea what it was.
You eating Captain?
But now I have to like be really careful on the way I eat. Gotta like really emphasize one side or the other side.
Yeah,
It's
that
really
sucks.
annoying.
It does
hurts.
suck.
That's a rough
You're
one,
just-
man.
There is just nothing you can do about it either, and it's like I gotta eat. Like, do
Yeah.
I just have smoothies until it's better? No, I'm not
Soup?
gonna do that. Ooh, soup's
Soup?
a good one. But sometimes it's warm and it gets up there.
Yeah. That's the issue too.
It's a real no-win situation.
Brisket, very soft meats that fall apart and won't scratch.
Oh man, my dad helped us. That was when his
Crawfish?
Father's Day. He wanted to show us. He wanted to show us how to like make a brisket properly. And so we were with him we went out there Saturday, stayed out there Saturday, watched the Belmont and everything, and then Sunday spent Father's Day with him. But like, that's some of the fucking best brisket and best ribs I've ever had in my entire motherfucking life, dude. And it's like, yeah, I was like a part of it, but like he was like, well, you're gonna help me cook it. It's like my dad still really did it and just showed me what to do. But like, holy shit, it was the best.
I remember the first time I heard that like brisket is like it's a like traditional like Jewish food. And I mean, I don't remember.
Marvelous Miss
the first
Maisel.
time, but I don't remember the first time. But I remember hearing that, and I was like, "No, that's barbecue."
No, they're just
Like,
put in the oven.
It blew my mind that like this is a traditional Jewish food, but in Texas it's just like, no, that's just that
We smoke
cook
that
fucking
shit.
brisket. That's what it is. Blew my mind.
Marvelous Miss Maisel. They cook it in the oven all the time.
I have nowhere to go with this. You said brisket and made me think of it.
You know where we should go with it is to the Answers segment, brought to you by the Pass the Gravy merch store, passthegravy.merch.com. Get your PTG face covers like I got right here. Pat's got one in his car right now. It's awesome. They're super easy. You can just slide them down around your neck whenever you're not wearing them. Super convenient to have. You're never going to forget them that way. They're awesome. We also have some awesome shirts. I'm putting out some new, like, I don't know, can we call them gambling shirts? Like just some gambling phrases that I find myself shouting at the TV a lot of times when I put money on it. Like, or not necessarily myself, but people around me. Like with West Ham right now. I don't need your fucking negativity. I'm not going to put fucking in it because I want you to be able to wear it out. But I don't need your negativity. Maybe we'll make that a shirt. Maybe we got this. It's just going to be a shirt because I say that all the time. Like, we got this. Don't worry. We got this. And then bet the house. Just bet the house. The kind of a show I host. All right. Robert is the producer for it. No big deal. But, and bet the house. I can't wait for that to come back, Robert. We're about to have sports back, and we're going to bet the house. Like
I miss Felipe.
Felipe is the king of that. Dante, he's a great guy, but Felipe, that's
Dante
what the show's
sucks.
all about.
It's all about Felipe.
Whoa, Dante's a good guy. Don't worry. You watch out. Dante's a nice guy. Huh? I know him. I'll talk to him. He got some guys. He's pretty connected.
Dante's a pretty good guy.
I wouldn't mess with Dante, Donatello, Michelangelo, Leonardo. I wouldn't mess with that guy. I'll tell you that much. Tell you that much. He's a paisan, and you don't fuck with paisans, all right? But yeah, we got some awesome stuff coming to the PTG merch store, passthegravy.merch.com. Maybe some new cow Ripken and crawfish shirts. Who knows? And I'm working on some Gravy Gang hats. Like, what if it just said Gravy Gang across it? Like, that's just the letters Gravy Gang.
I like it.
We can make that happen, huh? Yeah? All right, we'll figure
I'm
it
going
out.
to start sending an email to Teespring every day like, dog, we need bucket hats.
We're dropping new shit. Yeah, at Teespring. Everybody be like, where the fuck are the bucket hats? I want to make a bucket hat, and then we'll get that done. At Pass the Gravy Pod, let us know if you want some gambling shirts. Or no, not at fucking passthegravy.merch.com. Check it out. Later this week, we'll have some awesome stuff. Get the face covers. Get all your cool shit. Passthegravy.merch.com.
Get those face covers.
This is the time to get them, guys. This is the time to get them. Answers segment, guys. My favorite segment of the week. All you got to do, if you got any questions you have throughout the week, a high thought, a drunk thought, anything you think of that you want to hear the Gravy Gang's opinion on, hit us up. Hashtag PTG Answers. There is no such thing as a stupid question.
Just stupid people.
He doesn't mean that.
I do.
You don't mean that. He's lying.
I do.
He says he does. But
I'm not.
He doesn't.
I do.
He doesn't mean it. Don't listen to him. But hit us up at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at Not Pat DN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we look at it. First on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, answers at passthegravypod.com. This is the Answers segment.
Well, if you just answer the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer. Answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
Our first question this week comes from our podcast son, as always, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
At
That's twice.
OMG, it's Skylar. Yeah, he's trying to pick jobs. We're helping him with that. But also, he's got questions for us. He wants to know if Bingo was the name of the farmer or the dog.
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 It's the dog.
I
There was
understand
a farmer.
that people are woke now, and they're like, wait, was it the farmer or the dog? No, I grew up thinking it was the dog, and I refused
Yeah.
to change my beliefs despite what everybody else is throwing at me with evidence.
Now, I will say this. I do have an aunt whose nickname is Bingo.
Does she play bingo a lot?
No, I don't know why it was. I think it's just because she
if
was
you had
fucking
said
crazy
yes, I would be like, that's
and,
why.
and bounced around a lot. I still don't know why her name is Bingo. I've never actually asked, but no, the dog's name is Bingo.
Dog's name is Bingo.
There was a farmer,
There was a farmer
had a
dog, and
dog,
Bingo was
and
his
Bingo was
name. Oh.
That's what it was. It'd be if the farmer's name was Bingo, it'd be like there was a farmer named Bingo and he had a dog. That's
I
what
agree.
it would be.
I agree. Robert,
The dog's
are we-
name.
is
Don't,
this
don't overthink
all
it.
at agreement?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the farmer.
Oh, Robert's going farmer. All right. Well, guess who just got overruled? You did.
I don't care. No, I don't care.
Good.
You're
Good.
It's a farmer. It was a farmer. I don't
Whatever.
care that you guys will rule
Good.
me.
Fine. Be me.
Y'all don't go over by Farmer Bingo's farm. He'll shoot your face
Oh,
off.
Mr. Bingo, he's got his farmer and he's got his dog. His dog will get you. That's a mean old dog over there. We don't know his name, but it ain't Bingo.
Farmer Bingo had a dog until Lenny came by and strangled it to death. Little Grapes of Wrath reference for you
I like that. I
cultured
like that.
people out there.
And Mice and Men. It's Mice and Men, I believe.
Mice and Men. Wait, which one was Grapes of Wrath?
I think it was by the same guy, but he killed the bunnies because he just loved them too much. Because then what's his face had to kill Lenny at the end of it.
Wait, yeah.
Just
so wait,
look,
was
it'll
that-
be
was that
beautiful,
Mice and Men or
Lenny.
Grape-
Mice
that
and
Mice
Men
and-
was where Lenny was too loving.
So what the hell was Grapes of Wrath?
I think it was by the same guy.
But what
Or
was
the
it
guy that
about?
wrote Grapes. I don't know. Grapes?
I think it was
I
like
don't
the.
To be
I didn't
fair.
read that one in
Wait,
class,
hold-
all right?
hold on,
I read.
Hold on. Robert probably knows. What is it about, Robert?
I think it was the member berries.
Memberberries.
God
right.
damn
I
it,
think it was
Robert.
about that.
God damn it. Let me
That
say- yeah,
is
I-
my
I
favorite
didn't-
Robert
I didn't
quality when he
actually-
gets pat on those.
I didn't actually read any of these books in high school. I just took the tests.
All
Grapes
right,
of,
wait.
I will say, Mice and Men, I did read a little bit of the ending. I didn't really read much else, though.
A poor Midwestern family is forced off their land. They travel to California, suffering misfortunes of the homeless and the Great Depression.
Oh, that's right. Dude, how did I fucking get B's and A's on all these with never reading them? What the fuck?
It's called Spark Nuts.
I think it was just because, like,
It's called Spark
after a while, if you
And
figure out
friends.
the system of multiple choice questions, you can kind of just, like, whittle shit down.
Dude, I loved that. Like when you would just guess on shit, you're like, well, I know that's not it. I know that. You're like, I
There
got
was
an
always
80? I
there
got
was
a
always
fucking 80 on
one-
that quiz. I didn't read any of that.
There was always one that was not the answer. Like, you
Yeah.
just knew right away you get out of it. Then you could kind of use context clues of the question to figure out other. Like, I remember I never read more than 2 sentences of Beowulf. I got the highest grade in my class on the Beowulf quiz.
My mom,
And I
when
didn't use
started-
Spark Notes. I just
When I
fucking
started
winged it.
high school, my mom was like, well, I think you're smart and you should try and go for a pre-AP class. Just take one pre-AP class, see how it goes, and maybe the next semester you can take two. And I was like, one, I'm not smart, so this is dumb. And two, all right, I'll do it, but I'm going to hate it. And our senior year, we had to read To Kill a Mockingbird as like, that was our book we had to read in senior year. That and The Great Gatsby, I want to say. And actually, those
Didn't
are
read either one.
I read The Great Gatsby was the only real book that I read and was like super into, and I loved.
I
The
read
Great,
parts, but I gave
I
up
loved
early.
The Great Gatsby. I thought that was a really good book.
Those were in high school?
Yeah.
Then I think
feel
y'all
like I
read
read those in
Alien
middle school.
Chronicles. Y'all read Alien Chronicles the first semester of freshman year. Wow, my pre-AP
Nope.
class. A lot of the regular classes were
Not
reading
at all.
like the standard classes were reading like Alien Chronicles, and I was reading To Kill a Mockingbird. And I remember
What the
quizzes,
fuck is Alien? I've never even heard of Alien Chronicles.
or
and I was
something
an
like that.
academic.
But I remember.
Dude, I took all GT all through junior high, and I got to high school, and I straight up told my mom, Nope.
Fuck
I'm
that.
taking all
Smart.
academic. I'm not trying anymore.
I just remember the To Kill a Mockingbird
that's how I
quizzes
got
being
here.
like, what the fuck is this? I read this part. I read this. How do I not know any of these answers? And I was like, Mom, I'm not doing this. I'm not. And I got like a C in pre-AP English, and that was it. And I was like, I'm never doing any of that shit again. Fuck that. I'm out. But then I used the same book my senior year and had all the notes I had kind of taken through To Kill a Mockingbird.
What the fuck is Alien? I remember some book freshman year about like the girl whose house was at the end of the street or middle of the street or something like that. I don't fucking. This is like 16 years ago. Like,
I don't know if it was Alien Chronicles or something.
no Alien
Martian Chronicles or something like that. I don't know.
That sounds familiar. Martian
Maybe it was,
Chronicles.
it was one of those.
I
things.
didn't read it, but it was like what? There was a society on Mars or something.
I didn't read it. I wasn't in that class.
I
do remember.
I was in that class and I didn't fucking read it.
I do remember that my second semester, that was during the NCAA tournament that Carmelo Anthony won with Syracuse, because if you picked your bracket right and you picked the correct winner, you got a homework pass. And I didn't fail because I used my homework pass. And it was like you got to use it for 3 homeworks. And I remember like just forgetting to do homeworks and then like, oh fuck, I have this pass. And it was because of Carmelo Anthony and Syracuse winning a national championship and me picking it correctly that I was able to get 3 homework zeros dropped. Because I'm like, no, I'm using these now. And he was like, okay, that's cool. And I passed. And so I was like, cool. All right. So shout out. That's why I always kind of had a thing for Carmelo Anthony. I was like, he got me out of English in 9th grade. That was cool.
How did you almost fail shit in 9th grade?
I just didn't do work, man. I just was the worst at doing work. Like, I fucked around. I talked too much. I was the worst at that. I'm an idiot. Let's move along. Our next answers question comes from
We're
our boy,
so off the rails today.
Matthew Jaramillo at Texas Jalapeno 85, TX Jalapeno 85 on Twitter. He says, all right, this is a follow-up to last week's tattoo question that he asked. He was like, yo, what do I get if I do a Pastor Gravy tattoo? I was like, we'll get you anything you want from the Pastor Gravy store, bro. I got you. And he said,
And a cease and desist.
And a cease and desist. Oh, actually, great idea. No, I'm just kidding. No. We will not send a cease and
We'll
desist.
sue your skin.
He says, do I get PTG for life or the star and microphone logo as a tattoo? You go logo, right?
Star microphone logo. Anytime you get something for life with the letter 4, that's just douchey.
Just get
you get the star and microphone logo. That's dope.
But what if he spells life with a Y?
No, that makes it worse, Robert.
Even
Stop
better.
it.
2 eyes.
No, you definitely get the logo. The PTG for life. No.
I get the logo, yeah.
I appreciate the sentiment, but it's not good. You get the logo. Dude, the logo is dope. It's a
legitimately,
logo.
If you get the logo on you, you're PTG for life.
Yeah. Like, you got no other options.
Like, it's on your skin for life until you get it removed. So, yeah. Get the logo. Maybe do you get Pass the Gravy podcast on it under there, or do you just get the logo? You can probably just get the logo.
If you want to fill it out later with, like, PTG, so be it. But
that works. Dude, get that fucking thing, and I will fucking, like, that'll be our profile picture.
It's right over your left shoulder right there. So it's beautiful.
It'd be great. It'd be great. You're probably going to, like, just crush it with the ladies if you get a Pass the Gravy tattoo, honestly. Fernando Ramon at Only Big Fern on Twitter says, is there an anti-life vest?
Yes.
It's called Weight.
No.
Or just water?
No. Come on. This is very obvious.
Aren't those the ones they put on you when, like, you're going to sleep with the fishes?
No. It's a suicide vest, guys. It's a fucking suicide vest.
Is that a thing?
Too dark, Pat. I'm gonna cut that out.
When people do, like,
just bleep that.
It's a fucking suicide vest.
No, I think Robert,
Alex, don't
when you
like
swim
you
with the fishes, it's the concrete shoes. The concrete shoes is an anti-life
That's shoes.
vest.
That's shoes. That's not a vest.
It's a vest that goes around your feet. It's a foot vest.
It's not. It's a suicide vest. That is the anti-life vest. Like, I don't. I don't see what you guys.
Is it just like a
don't
weighted
immediately
life
agree
vest?
about.
What is it?
A
Just-
fucking bomber's vest, like a suicide bombing vest.
Suicide
Alex,
bomber
like
vest.
how did you not get this?
Okay, yeah.
That's
makes
the
sense.
anti-life.
So yeah,
vest.
there is an anti-life vest for sure.
That's what it is.
All right, okay, yeah, good call.
When you were like, "What is that?" I was like, "What the fuck do you
I
mean?
didn't think.
What is
I
a
was
suicide
thinking life
vest?"
vest, water. I was only thinking things with water, but I also agree that like the swimming with the fishes, the concrete shoes, that counts too.
No, those are shoes.
They're vests for your feet.
No,
It's vests for your feet. Just get it with
not
it.
every.
Just get with
God
the
damn it,
program.
Alex. Not
Just get with the
everything is
program.
everything. Fine, they're
It
fucking
is.
foot
It's
vests.
all that. Josh Posados at Josh_Posados says flattening the curve. Fat shaming.
Ooh.
People are saying. I think so. Yeah. Girl, you go out with your curves. You be you. Don't let nobody tell you what to do with your curves.
We were trying to get rid of the bulge of coronavirus, so I guess that is.
What
fat
are we
shaming.
calling Corona fat? A little rude if you ask me. 2020.
I mean, beer.
It's supposed to be
beer is
open-minded.
Corona
Big is beautiful.
Beer is empty calories. I mean, that's.
Big is beautiful. So yes,
I mean,
I would say flattening the curve is
obviously,
100%
guys.
fat shaming.
Obviously, big is beautiful. I mean, come on.
Yeah, flattening the curve is fat shaming, and there's no way around it.
Fact.
Our next question is from Mikey P. Is Mikey written to us before?
I don't think so.
If he has, it's been a while. But at the Mikey85 on Twitter, welcome
Hey,
back to
Mikey
the pod,
likes
or
it.
welcome to the pod if this is your first time, Mike. Mikey says, if a truck carrying cars gets in an accident, is it a single car wreck or a multi-vehicle pileup?
It depends on if those cars fall off of the truck.
If it's like a fender bender.
If they fall off, then obviously, yeah, then it becomes a pileup. But if they stay on the truck bed, then, well, either way, I mean, it's only a single car if the truck hits like a barrier.
I think
If
it's
it
a
hits
multi-car wreck.
Multi-car wreck if it hits somebody else, but it's not a pileup until those cars fall off the truck.
Right. It's a multi-car wreck if that car carrying the cars gets in a wreck. But, yeah, it's not a pileup unless the cars come off.
This just made me think of that old game Burnout. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where, like, there was that game mode where you just take your car and speed into an intersection and try and cause as much carnage as possible.
It's also called Grand Theft Auto now.
No, but Carnage had the
Kinda just
specific
do
game
that.
mode where you got points.
Oh, no, I get you. So, yeah, I agree.
It's not a pileup until they follow off the truck. That's the answer.
It's not a pileup, but it is a multi-vehicle wreck for sure. Good question, Mikey. And then we got one final question from our boy Josh Tree Caudle at Joshua Tree 713. He says, do fish drink water? They have to.
No, because they're not
They have
drinking it. They filter it. They
They're still,
filter
like,
water.
They're still intaking it.
It goes through them. They're drinking it.
They're
No,
drinking
they're
it.
not drinking
They're
it
not
because
keeping it in them. It's like if you took a sip of water and you spit it out, you're kind of drinking water.
Here's why they're not drinking it is because they're not ingesting it. They're filtering it right through their lungs to get the oxygen out. It's not going through their digestive process. They're
But I
just
think a little
filtering
bit of it gets they drink a little bit.
No,
you know?
I think they're efficient.
It's like if you're not trying to drink pool water, you still drink a little pool water. If you go to the beach, you still swallow a little salt water.
Yeah. You're right. They I'm sure they still do get a little.
Maybe not intentionally, but they drink water.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what? There's no way that they don't accidentally swallow some. So actually, you know
What-
you
yeah.
are right, sir.
Whether or not it's intentional or not. That's a good. Those are some great questions we got from you guys this week. Hashtag PTG answers at PassGradePod. You can also email them to us, answers at passthegravy.com or passthegravy.pod.com. But we do check Twitter first. That's all I got, huh? That's all I got.
Yeah.
PassTheGravyMerch.com. Get your PTG gear. We're going to drop some new stuff this week. I don't know about the hat, but I definitely got some gambling shirts I want to drop. They're not just for gambling. You can wear them for other stuff too, but just these are some phrases I say when I gamble that I feel like maybe some of you guys are aware. Who knows? If your favorite podcast, share us with a friend. Please give us that 5-star review on iTunes. Roast us in the fucking comments. You got to give us 5 words in the thing. And then, hey, hold on to your – stop Stop yanking your mic, dude.
Sorry, God damn it. I'm a fidgeter. It's what I do.
Pat has his headphones mic is what he's
Actually,
using
that
right
time
now.
it was my bucket hat string.
Okay, well, but it's rubbing against your like beard or whatever. And but we just 5-star review. Roast us in the fucking comments. Just give us the 5 stars. You have to use 5 words at least in your comment, and that'll show up. We show up higher on iTunes. Share us with a friend. It's like, yo, this is a podcast I've been listening to.
It's like I said earlier. I'm impossible to hurt. I dare you to try and hurt me.
Do it.
Can't do it.
And
Can't do
then, if you guys got any guests, I'm kind of running out of guests right now. So if y'all want a Monday
I thought you said
episode-
this was going to be your last week anyway.
I thought it was, but man, fucking people are still quarantined right now. So I got to give the people what they want. Got to give the people what they want, dude. Hit me up if you got any guests, man. Like, this is your podcast too, you know? Like, y'all be my booker. Literally, be my booker. And figure it out. And I'll give you a Monday podcast. I don't know who it's gonna be yet. This will be a fun little exercise. And can Alex wrangle a guest in 3 days or whatever it is? But we'll figure it out. Tune in Monday to the mystery guest that I don't know yet, and we'll see if we can find one. Anybody else got anything? Baseball's back. Be cool to each other. Just don't be a fucking dick. Let's wear those fucking masks. PassTheGradyMerch.com. Get your awesome Pass the Grady mask, dude. Be the coolest guy with a mask or gal with a mask. I love y'all. Be safe. And anything else? Nothing else. That's it.
Everybody
All right.
love everybody.
Everybody fucking love everybody. We love you guys. Be good to each other. And pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches.
She don't want nobody, she just needs somebody. I'm trying to be with you so you don't be without me. She told him just like me, no, we can't leave without